Well, here's to the first live episode. Look at us. And
could they hear the clunk on the?
I hope that's the clash
clunk.
that we're talking
That's
about.
the clash.
See, that'll be perfect, man. And we got 2 camera angles. Camera 1 and camera 2.
We upgraded a little bit. Yeah.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
Anywho, how's your week been, buddy?
Introduce yourself again.
Oh, my name is
episode.
Kyle. Find me at Special Keezy right there.
My name is
Ends.
Charles Edward Cheese.
Oh, Charles Edward Cheese. Yes. Given I know where you got that
That's
reference.
where I got it. I got it. I was trying to pull one off the top of my head. Like, I don't have a goofy name. I ran out of Three Amigos.
Which I did watch that in the past week.
I watched the first one. I haven't seen the second one yet.
So we're talking about Dave Chappelle released 2 comedy specials right at the end of the year, right? One was called Equanimity. The other was called The Bird Revelation.
The Bird Revelation.
Equanimity was fucking hilarious.
I watched that. I very much enjoyed it.
It was awesome.
I mean, in both of those, he made references to him being gone again.
Yeah.
Like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I hope that's not the case, because of the 4 stand-ups he just put out, between the 2 that just came out and the 2 previous that were like, I don't know, a year ago.
Yeah.
All of the 3 that I've seen, they've been phenomenal.
The other 2, I did not like them as much as
I thought
Equanimity.
they were really good.
Really? I need to go back and
I thought the
watch
one
them.
where he's doing the OJ thing the whole time.
That was funny.
That may be his best stand-up ever.
Oh, man.
It was really good.
I'm like so in love with his Killing Him Softly. Like that's
They're all good.
That's one of the funniest hours of television I've ever seen in my entire life.
I think you can make a good argument that he's probably the best stand-up comedian ever.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that he is, because there's a lot of really good ones. I really like Kevin Hart. I really like Jerry Seinfeld. I really like George Carlin. There's a handful of really good ones, but he's probably my favorite. And you know where he's from, right?
Yeah, he's from like Youngstown, right?
Yeah, he's from Ohio. Hey.
Yeah, man, he's amazing. I like him a lot. So watch Equanimity for sure. The Bird Revelation's a little weirder. It seems like he kind of just came in there. It's a lot more intimate. It's in a room like this size.
I saw he's like sitting on a stool in like a very small club.
It seems like a lot of it necessary. I mean, I'm sure he wrote a bunch of it, but it just seemed like a very off the cuff. Like he just wanted to like sit down and just talk about like the climate. He talked a lot about
cool,
Louis CK.
That's cool. Like, just to make it different.
Yeah.
Just so they're not all the same kind of thing.
Right.
Like, it's cool to like do something different.
I agree.
I haven't seen it, but that sounds good.
I liked Equanimity more just as a polished product, but Bird Revelation has some. It's just keeping it real to the fullest. So it has its own merit in that. Watch them both. They're both hilarious.
You can't go wrong with Dave Chappelle.
Fucking Dave Chappelle. If you haven't watched those, I mean, stop watching this. I mean, after this, just go watch them.
Yeah, don't stop watching Us.
Yeah.
It's not better than Us. Nothing's better than Us.
No, that's true. Let's make sure.
This shit is better than porn.
So, besides watching those, man, what else you do this past week?
I got into a car accident.
You got into a car accident. You want to talk about it?
I'll say this. I don't want to talk about it too much because I'm just kind of tired of telling the story. But I got into a car accident. And I was really upset because I was like, fuck, I got into a car accident.
Yeah.
And the cop was like, yo, if you didn't swerve out the way, you were probably going to be decapitated. You probably would have died. Instead, you got a little fender bender. And like getting a ticket, bullshit. And the accident, it's really easy to be like, fuck, what a bad day.
Yeah.
But like a half an hour after it happened, I calmed down a little bit and was thinking, this was not a bad day. This was a fucking great day because my head is still in my body. And if that's not a good reason to be having a great day, I don't fucking know what is.
I agree.
It's all about how you look at things. I need to be grateful and then fucking kill myself and not upset that the other guy's bumper's fucked up. Fuck his bumper. I don't care.
Yeah, fuck that. I've never been the kind of guy that's taken pride in my vehicle at all. Like, in all honesty,
I don't give a fuck about a car. If it moves me from point A to point B, I'm cool.
Same. And I mean, don't get me
It
wrong.
could be a
like
bucket.
I mean, if I spent money to have a nice car, I guess it'd be one thing. But what's the point of having a bumper if not to get bumped? You know.
Like I said, I don't really give a shit about cars.
Even if motherfuckers like
as
open their
as
door
it
and
runs.
if a motherfucker opened their door and it slammed into my door and like left a dent, I'd be like, bro, what the fuck? Why'd you do that? But
well, like I
probably would not care.
Like my first week at my job, like a little over a year ago, my first week there, it was actually my first day not training. It was my first day serving, and like all these dudes ran out. Somebody hit your car in the parking lot, and I ran out there, and like some 16-year-old kid had backed up into my car, and there's a little bit of damage, but not much.
Yeah.
He was like a piece of plastic hanging out of my door where like his car ripped off and like jammed into my door. I like kind of pulled that out and I looked at it and I turned around. The kid's standing there. He's like about to shit his pants.
Oh shit.
And like turned around. I was like, yo, dude, like, I get it. I was like 16 once too, bro. Like, I get that you're really like, it's cool. My car is fine.
Yeah.
Like, this
Just
is
pay
okay.
attention,
Like,
bro,
this is okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, do better in the future, but like, I'm not mad at it. It's all right.
Yeah.
And as I'm like telling this kid, like, and he's like, he can't say a word. He's like petrified. And his dad walked up. I didn't know it was his dad. This guy walked up. He said, "You gonna beat him up?" I said, "Nah, it's cool. You know, like, it's cool." And he was like, "I'm his dad." He came over and shook my hand. He was like, "I appreciate you being cool." He was like, "If you want to exchange insurance," I was like, "Nah, it's cool."
Do
like,
you think he was like profiling you at first though? Like kind of like,
No,
oh, what?
no,
You
no.
trying to start shit with my
no,
kid?
he was mad at his son.
Oh, really?
Because apparently his son, after he hit me, drove away and then told his dad. And his dad was like, "You're going back."
Well, that's cool.
But
That's
I
a
told
good
him,
dad.
like, I was like, "Yo, check it out. Like, I get it. Like, I was a kid once too. I get this is scary for you and everything. Like, my car is fine, so like, you don't have to worry about me. I'm
Yeah.
all right. I just learn from your mistake and be better." You know what I'm saying?
You hit the right guy today. you
And
know?
yeah, and then later on, like a couple hours later, his dad came back and gave me $50.
Oh shit, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, but like, it wasn't like I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you, man. That's how I would have reacted. I used to drive a big ass like F-150 for work. There's been a couple times where somebody's like just rear-ended me, or I've been in a parking lot and like somebody like clipped. That's legitimately happened like 3 or 4 times when I drove that fucking truck. But I did not give a flying fuck. People would hit like, I mean, you're good with it. I'm good with it.
Yeah.
You know, have a
Yeah.
good one. So I don't know. I don't give a shit
Okay,
about that.
so I'm gonna share something else here.
Go ahead.
I was showing my girlfriend the podcast,
Okay.
the last episode. I'm just like skipping through. I'm not gonna make her watch the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm skipping through, and she stops me and makes me rewind it, and she's laughing at me. I'm like, "What?" So, "Look at how you drank your cup of coffee." I'm like, "What?"
What were you doing?
Well, the whole time I'm drinking my coffee like a normal fucking person.
Yeah.
And then at one point, I switch and I put my hand under here, and we're talking. She's like, "Here it comes," and I did one of these. I did a.
So you hold it from the bottom with your palm. Yeah, I've been drinking.
And she was
mine.
like, "Who does that?"
I've been drinking mine like that.
She was like, "Who does that?" You're. I was like, I didn't even notice I did it until you said something. Like, I didn't even realize. But yeah, she was clowning me.
That's
for that.
funny.
Yeah, she thought that was hilarious.
Man, I mean, sometimes you just gotta, you know, depending on how you're holding it with your hand or whatever.
When I watched it too, ooh shit. Cool. When I watched it too, I looked kind of ridiculous doing it. I was kind of like,
yeah. He's like all hunched over.
I did. I look stupid.
Well, this is my Zelda. Like normally it sings. Like every time you pick it up, it sings a song at a time.
Yeah.
But like the thing on the bottom broke, like came off. It didn't break. It's just like I found out it's just like a ceramic disc that was just kind of like glued on, and it had like little module inside. But I was like, oh sweet, because the batteries are going out anyways. It like stopped singing the whole song. It sings like 4 notes. It's like doo 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 every time I pick it up. So anyways,
is it the Song of Time
Yeah.
or the Zelda's Lullaby? Because you were doing Zelda's Lullaby right now.
Song of Time is. Now I'm gonna sing Zelda's Lullaby.
Zelda's Lullaby is. Yeah, that's what you were doing right now.
No, that Song of Time
Song
was.
is no. That was a really bad version of the song Time. The song yeah,
I just did the same thing. You did
your first like 6 notes were like it was Zelda's Lullaby. It wasn't.
Come on. I mean, the ocarina only has like 6 notes, bro. Zelda's
Tweet this
Lullaby.
guy and tell him his fucking horrible.
Zelda's Lullaby
horrible
is very
rendition.
similar. It's probably the same first 3
They're not
notes.
similar. They're different.
It's probably the same first 3 notes. Look, this one. Here, you can. Oh, you can't see when the mug is warm. It actually shows you what the buttons are. But
It's right A down. Right A down.
It's,
right A up.
I can't
Right
tell.
A down. Right A down.
Is that a
Boom.
right?
That's right A
Right
down.
A down. Right A
See?
down. Right
Zelda's-
A downy down. Down down down. A righty down.
Zelda's Lullaby is left up right. Left up right.
Get the fuck out of here.
So only share one same note.
All right,
That's
so
right.
you're okay. I get it.
I was right. He was wrong.
You've played Ocarina of Time more than I have.
Clash. You're wrong, dummy.
Fuck you.
All right. So what else is up?
Nothing, man. New Year's, I didn't do anything cool for New Year's Eve. That day we recorded a podcast on New Year's Day. We probably already talked about New Year's Eve then, didn't we?
Yeah, I think we did.
All right, I just thought about that.
I know we had a conversation about like
I didn't do shit.
Mariah Carey and Britney Spears and the K-pop group and Imagine Dragons. I don't know if we had that on the podcast or if we had that just chatting as friends.
Did you read about the antics Trump's already up to this year so far? Some of the dumb shit he's already said.
I'm vaguely familiar. Specifically, what are you referring to?
Did you see that he called himself a stable genius the
Yes,
other day?
I did. I thought that was awesome, mostly because the best part of that is that PolitiFact has found that like 78% of the things that he says are false. So there's a 78% chance that he's not a stable genius, aside from the fact that we all have watched him long enough to know that that's not true.
Dude, who the fuck calls himself a stable genius anyways? I'm not
I know, I get that.
I'm a stable genius.
I get the insanity behind all of that. I just love that 78% of the things that he says are false. So the fact that he even said that, there's a 78% chance that he's false. That's awesome.
There's a subreddit called Trump Criticizes Trump. It's reddit.com/r/Trump criticizes Trump. And
he's endorsing the product, apparently.
I am. All subreddits are like that, just FYI. But Trump Criticizes Trump, it's like a whole subreddit of people just posting like tweets of his from the past with tweets of his from the future, from like now, I guess. And then like saying like how they completely contradict each other and shit. It's pretty funny. So you'll find gems like that on there. Stable genius.
I mean, we're all aware that guy was historically a Democrat, right?
Yeah.
He was like a Democrat for like 30 years and then couldn't get a nominations. He was like, nice coffee mug pour. No, but then he decided I'm going to be a Republican then.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Trump, man. I mean, what else can you say, I guess?
I mean, like, you ever think about like his daughter, Ivanka?
Yeah.
You remember her speech when he was first like elected? Like, she was extremely left-wing Democrat.
I don't recall.
She was.
Jealous.
And she just gave a speech and she was very extremely left-wing, and it was just really funny because I know that she's like every day got to have that dilemma of like, my dad is a piece of shit, but he's my dad.
So I got to support him. You know, that's got to be tough, man.
And she seems like a really wonderful person and like compassionate, all the things that he's not. She seems intelligent. And so I know that every day she wakes up like, fuck.
What a shame. You know, I mean, how would you feel like if you were like related to Donald Trump? Like, even as his daughter, she's got to know that he's a complete piece of shit human being.
Well, I mean, you remember like as soon as he won the election, like he gave a speech, and like the one thing that he was like really devout about was how he wanted to be inclusive of like the LGBT community and things like that. And I was like, I at least got to give him credit there. Like, at least he's doing something right?
Yeah.
And then, like, immediately he was like, no transgenders in the military. Like, what? Even after you got elected, you said you were on board with this. And, like...
Well, man, besides him calling himself a stable genius, he's already threatened nuclear war with Korea, saying he has a bigger button.
Yeah, bigger button. Yep.
So we've all seen the memes on that. I am concerned. I've seen that they're going to have mandatory, like, nuclear Holocaust training video, like, broadcast on live primetime TV soon. Did you hear about that?
No.
Tara posted a link to it. Yeah. It's like they're planning on having it on TV that they're... Oh, someone's calling.
Somebody's calling us.
All right, let's answer this first. Let's see how this goes.
I got it. Oh, shit, bitch. What's up?
Icon Radio.
Hey! What's up, guy? I know who that is. Nobody else knows who that is. That's my guy, Felix.
Felix. Hey, Felix.
Felix. He's the one that loves Destiny and... What's the other thing you guys have in common? Something else.
I don't know. My dude. Thank you.
Oh, all digital games.
Me and Destiny are fighting right now.
Oh, yeah. Same, man. I haven't played it. And legitimately, I haven't played it since November, I don't think. It's been bad.
Yeah, the end game hit a really quick wall, and there's zero content, and everything that was great about Destiny 1 is locked behind a paywall.
Which is why I haven't participated in buying that expansion yet. So
the expansion was extremely underwhelming.
Not surprised.
It was like 3 hours, and it was like, yeah, you're done, buddy.
Just to throw this out here.
You can buy some silver and try to get some of that new.
Yeah, fuck all that. Who's doing that?
I just want to throw this out here that as far as locking content behind paywalls and things like that, just reminds me that Battlefront 2, for the terrible press that they're getting and how much I fucking hate EA's guts. I fucking hate EA. But aside from all of that, that game is just fucking amazing. Felix, you need to get that and play it with me.
You haven't tried? Have you tried Battlefront 2, Felix?
No, Battlefront's not my shit. So.
Not the same.
It's fucking fun. That is a good fucking game.
Well, was there anything specific you wanted to drop some knowledge on, man, or did you just want to say what's up? And
I was just pretty much saying what's up, but I'll talk about whatever.
That's what's up, man.
All right, Felix.
I'm definitely looking forward to Far Cry.
Okay.
Far Cry is going to be awesome.
Ooh.
Okay, Felix, I want to know, what do you think of Donald Trump? What do you think of what's going on?
What about him? He's just a dude with funny hair.
There's a lot more to him than that.
I thought we were talking about video games.
All right,
we talk about everything, bro.
We'll continue talking about video games. I'm gonna let you go, but if
politics, I'm not gonna call and instantly get into an argument with politics with you.
I'm gonna let you go, but I'm glad you called in and talked about video games because I got some shit I want to talk about. We'll let you go, man. Thanks for calling in, but call in again if you want to. I just don't want to hang on to you too long, man.
Check out my dick.
I appreciate you calling in.
Later, dudes.
Peace out.
Later, dude.
All right.
You just click.
you gotta draw the line somewhere.
No, for sure.
Felix seems like a cool as fuck dude.
That's my fucking homeboy.
I'd love to keep chatting with him. But I'm glad he did talk. We did talk about video games. I was looking some stuff up that's coming out this year. In all honesty, the only thing that I can even get a tiny bit excited about that I even happened to see was that one game that's escaping my mind right now. What's that? It's the new BioWare game that's Destiny clone.
It starts with an A.
Yeah.
BioWare
Destiny clone. I'll Google that.
It starts with an A. It's
Anthem. God
Anthem.
damn it. So Anthem looks pretty sweet. I'm excited. I am actually obviously not that excited. But
I haven't really seen anything on
it.
Anthem,
Yeah.
but I've avoided paying attention to it for two reasons.
Yeah.
First of all, it's EA, and I fucking hate EA.
Okay.
I understand that EA makes some really good games.
Yeah.
They do a lot of trash-ass moves, but they do make some really good games, and I do give in occasionally, but I try to avoid looking at Destiny stuff because I don't want to be lured.
You don't want to be Lord.
Yeah, I don't want them to lure me in with their...
Lord.
Yeah.
I think not Lord, like Lord.
No.
Ends of Castle.
No, I just don't want them to lure me
Grey
in.
Skull.
And the other thing is...
You're scared of the MMO aspect of it in that case?
No.
Then what do you mean being lured in?
No, I just don't want them to lure me in because I don't like EA, so I don't even want to give them the opportunity to sell me on a game.
Oh, okay.
But the other issue that I have with...
But you're just pimping out Battlefront. I mean,
I was.
You're telling people buy Battlefront, but you ain't going.
Well, I was basically,
Anthem.
I was just saying that because I want Felix to get Battlefront. I don't want everybody to get Battlefront. I just want Felix to get it so he can play with me.
Okay.
If you had a PlayStation, I would have told you to get it too.
I got you. So Battlefront's just where you drew the line with EA. You're like, fuck.
Well,
you,
I was
EA.
really reluctant to get Battlefront to begin with. I waited a long time, and the only reason I got it is because all the guys that I play with got it, and they all were telling me how great it was, and I was like, I don't know, I fucking hate EA. And then I went to the store, and they had it new on sale at GameStop for like $35. And I was like, but I don't want to give EA my money.
Yeah.
And they were like the people that I know at GameStop, they're like the homies and shit. So they were like, you're in here all the time. If you don't like it, we'll refund it for you. Even though it's new, like we will refund it for you. So I took a chance, and then after playing it, I was like, I'm fucking sold. This is fucking great.
But you're not gonna give EA no more of your money. So you're saying fuck Anthem before you even play it.
I mean, I don't want to say I'm not going to give EA any more of my money because they very well could bring out another game I want.
Dude,
but the other reason that I'm reluctant on Anthem is because I was a really big Mass Effect fan, and the new Mass Effect is booty.
I heard bad things about that.
Booty.
Anthem looks sweet though. I hope it's something that'll actually like fill that void that Destiny has left. Where Destiny it carved a nice little like niche there in like the first 3 years of its existence. Then Destiny 2 comes out and kind of fucks it all up. Like it's leaving a gap for Anthem to fill if they do it properly. All they have to do is not fuck up the microtransaction game. That's what Destiny fucked up with.
Well, EA fucked it up on Battlefront.
Yeah, that's where they
just
went
to throw
wrong.
this out here. As far as like going back to Mass Effect and Andromeda.
Yes.
You know how when you play a game, sometimes you have to fight through the early lull to hit that stride, and then it clicks for you and you love it?
Sure.
Okay, so Mass Effect is the only game I've ever played in my life where I fought through the lull because I really love Mass Effect and I really wanted to love it. And there was a lull at the beginning, and then it clicked, and then it went back into a lull.
Okay.
So finally it hooked you, and then like immediately became drab again.
Was Mass Effect riddled with microtransaction bullshit too?
No.
No? It just was a bad game.
Yeah, it just wasn't. It wasn't good.
I played the first one for like a few hours.
The first 3 are amazing.
That's what I hear. I
like
wish I
they
had time
were
for 'em.
really, really good. But like I said, I fought through that early lull, and there was this point where it kind of clicked, where you started to. Damn, sorry, I'm burping. Ooh. No, you like get through it, like finally it clicks and you realize like all these things you can do, and then like immediately you realize like it's all worthless. Like it's just not good.
I got you. That sucks, man.
Like right after the click too, like it clicked and for like an hour you're like, oh shit, and then you're like, no.
It's like it gives you everything you ever want, and then that's the end.
No.
No,
you like it seems like it's gonna be awesome, and then you it has that point where like, oh my god, this is gonna be amazing, and then you immediately learn like, not really.
Oh, it's like that way to the amazing shit, but we're going this way.
Yeah. It's like naked women this way, and you walk around the corner and there's dicks everywhere, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, that's good.
Just wieners.
That's a good
just
one.
Wieners out.
It's a good analogy.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I think Anthem looks sweet. I hope it's the game that I've been looking for that can, fill that whole Destiny 2 left. But besides that, there was no other video games that really I'm looking forward to.
There's lots of games
tell
that
us.
I mean, not
Let me see,
necessarily
I'm
lots
making
of games that I'm looking. There are games that I'm looking forward to. But there's also things that I'm predicting that are going to come.
Like what?
That are going to be awesome. All right, first, I'm going to go on a little thing here, okay? First of all, on the 23rd, we have The Impatient coming out, and I just got that PSVR, and I'm going to be honest, The Impatient was the system seller for me. There was a lot of things that I kind of wanted to play for the VR, but I was like,
Did you get that yet? Did that come
It's not out. It's on the 23rd.
Okay.
But there was a lot of things like I wanted to play Resident Evil 7, except for I'd already played Resident Evil 7, not in VR.
Okay.
And there were other games that I wanted to play, but they were brief, you know what I'm saying? Like I just wasn't, Until Dawn, Rush of Blood. I wanted to play it, but I knew it was going to be very long. There's nothing I could justify purchasing the VR headset for. And I saw The Impatient at E3, and that was kind of like the one where I was like, I got to get this. And so as it approached, I was like, yeah, I'm getting it. And I got it, and now it comes out on the 23rd, and I can't wait. It looks so awesome.
Okay. Impatient. If you got VR, get that shit.
It's kind of like a spin-off prequel to Until Dawn. Also, there's a few other VR games that are coming out. I know that Bravo Team's coming out, which looks awesome.
Is it like an army game or something?
It's a VR game where you're like basically like I don't know if it's cops or army, but like it's like squads based shooter, but it's VR.
Okay.
Like multiplayer shooter. It looks
right.
fun.
All right.
This is like bordering on the prediction side of things, but
right.
I think we've even discussed it on the show already, but Resident Evil is my favorite game series ever, and Resident Evil 2 has been greenlit, and they have been working on a remake for that, and I'm very certain that they have to show something from that this year. I'm hoping it comes out this year.
A remake of what? Of
Resident Evil 2.
Oh, of Resident Evil 2.
Which is my all-time favorite game.
Okay.
That and Ocarina of Time are my two greatest games ever.
Have you done the speed runs of Resident Evil 2 and shit too?
Yeah, I mean Resident Evil 2 is a hard game to do speed runs of.
Tofu and all that?
It's a hard game to do all that stuff with. Like even though it's my favorite game, it's a much. I mean, I have, but it's not like Ocarina of Time. I can beat that with 3 hearts right now. Like, boom. You know what I'm saying? Like, Resident Evil is such a difficult game to begin with that it's really hard to do that.
But I know my buddy Sean. He I watched him do some of the tofu shit. Like that blew my mind. If you don't know, Resident Evil 2 has a mode like when you beat it in a certain manner.
Yeah, you got to adhere a bunch of special requirements. Like, yeah, it's difficult to even unlock.
You can literally be a giant 6-foot piece block of tofu with a knife, and it
has a beret,
and you can play the whole game as this piece of tofu.
Not a whole game. It's a mini game that comes after the game that it unlocks.
Okay.
Where you have to get from the sewers to the like the game, you like go through all these different areas where the police station and the sewers and all that. You have to start in the sewers and you have to make it to the top of the police station as a block of tofu with a knife and no guns and all these crazy enemies and shit. It's wild.
Yeah, that seems pretty retarded.
Yeah.
Well, it makes you wonder what Capcom was thinking.
Well, I mean, to be clear, the thing that made Resident Evil 2 so great
was the weird quirkiness.
No, it did one thing that I've never seen another game do since.
What?
You play through the whole game.
Like a new game plus?
Kind of, but not really. So you play through the whole game. You pick your character, like in most Resident Evil games. So you pick either Leon or Claire.
Right.
And you beat the game. At the beginning of the game, they jump out they get into a car accident. And they each jump out on the opposite side of the car, right?
Right.
And so you play through the game. Regardless of which character you play through the game.
Right.
When you beat it, it unlocks the B scenario for the other character.
Okay.
So if you play as Claire and you beat the game, that's the Claire A scenario. So then it unlocks Leon B. which is different than just playing as Leon out of the box. That would be Leon A.
Okay.
So basically, both of their A scenarios hop out on one side of the car, and both of their B scenarios hop out on the other.
Okay.
So out of the box, you can only access A scenarios, which are both the same for each character. But when you beat it, you get the B scenario, and it shows you everything that the other character went through while you went. It's real fucking crazy.
Yeah, that is pretty sweet.
It's tight.
I wish more games.
It's almost like a
that.
second game. Like,
yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's badass.
I'm trying to think. There's definitely been some other games that have done that, similar.
I've never played a game that did it quite the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was well done.
Yeah, I can't think of one.
Like, there's one point where you get into the basement of the police station, you get into the armory, and there's this big giant machine gun, and there's a side pack that lets you carry 2 more items, which in a game with item management, that's a big deal. And you can either take one, the other, or both, or neither. And depending on what you take, when you go through the B scenario, it's gone.
Oh, that's fucked up.
So like, the first time you play it, you don't even know.
Something.
But I mean, the first time, you don't even know, so you take everything.
Right.
You come back and you got nothing.
That sucks.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope. Did you ever try Earthbound on your SNES Classic?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Give it a shot, man. I'm looking forward to.
All right, hold on. I got more predictions.
Oh yes, please.
Okay. So I predict, likely at E3, but sometime this year, Bethesda announces Fallout 5.
You think that's going to be announced before Elder Scrolls 6?
I do.
Oh.
I do.
How so? Why? What makes you
I know
feel
that
like that?
I know that Elder Scrolls makes more sense.
Okay.
But I think, given all the things that Todd Howard and Bethesda have said about Elder Scrolls 6, I think we're still a ways away.
Not to mention, they're still re-releasing Elder Scrolls every year on another console in some kind of fashion.
And I buy it every time because I'm a fucking idiot, right?
It'll come out for handhelds next year.
It came out for the Switch already, so yeah. But like I said, I buy them all because I'm fucking dummy. I already bought the VR version.
It's a good game. It's worth it.
It's a great game. No, it is. If you're gonna buy a game a bunch of times, it's a good one.
I'd love to get it on the Switch.
My thing is, like, I think it's too deep of a game for the Switch. Like, that's not something you're gonna play in little spurts.
But that's, I don't know.
That's the charm of the Switch.
Yeah, I like a game I can just boot up and play for an hour. You know what I mean? And set it down. I felt like I did something.
Well, like I said, everything I've heard indicates, and I don't know, but it indicates that the Elder Scrolls 6 is probably a little further off. But I think with Fallout doing Fallout 3 and then New Vegas and then Fallout 4, I think it's likely that they'll do something like New Vegas. And I think it's been a few years now, so it's definitely time for one of them.
Yeah, I mean, Fallout 4...
I mean, obviously, there's rumors about Starfield, too. Do you know what that is?
No.
Starfield is like a trademark that Bethesda has filed and then, like, renewed. And there's rumors that Starfield is supposed to be, like, their new game that's just like Fallout and Skyrim, like, plays the same. Like
just a new IP?
But it's, like, in space.
Okay, sign me up.
Yeah, I'm all in on that. Like, absolutely. Like, those,
but it sounds like Prey is already kind of filling that void. But
yeah,
it's
but
not as open world.
Prey's a little more linear. I mean, it's kind of open world, but Prey is more like a set campaign.
Okay,
it's not like it's huge, but it's not like a massive. It's not.
Like Prey is more similar to Wolfenstein in that regard.
Maybe.
Okay, well, I'm excited about that. Let me tell you about what I read. In the same vein, that a prediction. It was just talked about, I think, yesterday that Microsoft is hiring like developers or trying to figure out which developing company to use to create what's assumed to be Fable 4, because Lionhead is no longer tied to it.
Yeah, well, I mean, Lionhead dissolved.
Yeah, and which is unfortunate. I really like them, but Peter Molyneux, who is
that guy not a piece of shit?
He's kind of a dipshit. Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with that guy?
The dude's like a genius, but he's obviously
he's like one of the great minds, but he's also like a fucking full blown idiot too. Yeah,
he doesn't know when to shut the fuck up. He was one of the developers. Obviously, if you don't know, he was I think the lead developer, creator of Fable, maybe even.
Well, he is the perfect example of why companies act the way they act, because people get upset. Like, I get upset. Like, why haven't you shown me anything from Resident Evil 2 yet? You need to show me something. Let me know it's still there. Like, something, right? That's how I feel. Except for they don't show you because they don't want to be Peter Molyneux. That's
exactly.
Why. That's exactly why.
Yeah,
I don't blame him for that. That
he's
totally makes
notorious
sense.
for spouting off like predictions and shit that's going to happen that never.
This
come
game
to
will have
fruition.
this, and this, and then it has none of it, and you're like, you fucking lying.
I love Fable is one of my favorite games of all time, but people hated it because of how much it was hyped up. I never even really heard about the hype. I didn't know about Fable till it was already out, and I got it. And
I'm going to give you a strong opinion on Fable right now because you're trying to hype me like Fable 4.
Yeah.
Huh?
Right.
Okay, I don't care. Now, the reason I don't care is because Fable 1, I will never forget the first time I played Fable 1. I was in high school. I was like late to the party too, so it probably came out a couple years before. I might have been in middle school when it came out. I don't know. But it was on my 360. I didn't even play it on the original Xbox.
Oh, so you had the anniversary edition?
No, I had the Xbox version.
Oh, okay.
It was like backwards compatible or whatever. But they released, or my buddy gave me Fable to play, and I went home that night, and I had school the next day and shit, and I put that sucker in. And it consumed me. Like, it took over my life immediately. Immediately, I sat up all night playing video games. And I remember I spent like 8 hours just in this store trying to steal like this hammer or whatever off the table. Like, some ridiculous amount of time doing something stupid. And I went to school the next day, and my buddy was like, "What'd you think?" And I'm like, "Fuck my life, I didn't sleep. All I did was play that game." Like, it was the greatest thing ever. I loved Fable. And then Fable 2 was trash.
Oh, you're killing me,
and
dude.
then Fable 3 was slightly better, but still trash.
Let me tell you,
I liked Fable 3 better than 2, but it was still trash.
Well, let me tell you my experience with it. I bought Fable 1, similar experience. It consumed me. I loved it. I bought it closer to release, but when they came out with Fable: The Lost Chapters, like a year or two later, which was like it was an expansion. They didn't do DLC. You just had to go buy the new version. I got that, played the fuck out of it again. I played it when it came out anniversary for 360. I bought it, or I played it, bought it, and played it again. But anyways, Fable 2
all the time, bro.
Fable 2. When Fable 2 came out, I was a little disappointed. But if you ask me right now,
I got it on launch day. I pre-ordered it and all that, and I went home and played it, and that shit was fucking disappointing.
I pre-ordered it too. Fable 2 better than the first.
Oh yeah, you're smoking rocks, bro. like maybe you could say it's better than the first in the vein of like it's the same thing, kind of slightly improved because of the time that passed and technology and things like that. I could understand that. Like maybe now, if you played them back to back, you would think that one was slightly better. But like for where they were at in the time that they came out, like Fable was ahead of its time and Fable 2 was behind.
No, I disagree.
Fable
completely.
2 was trash.
You're fucking retarded. You are retarded.
No,
Fable
fuck
2.
You.
Fable 2. I did not like that they got rid of like the armor and like because in Fable 2 it doesn't matter what you wear. It's literally just for show. If we're in Fable 1, your armor, it's just like any RPG. Your armor dictates how strong you are.
I'm gonna throw this out here. It's been so long since I've played any of these that I don't remember little details.
Well, I'll tell you. It got rid of the armor. It got rid of like swords and hammers. Every melee weapon gone. It essentially dropped it all just for guns. And but from what I remember, it's been a while since I played it too. But from what I remember, the fighting was better. The like magic system was better. Like they introduced like the wheel where you can change your emotions and all that shit better. The story was better. It was longer. I remember having more fun with it in general. But when Fable 3 came out, I was pretty excited about it, and I was very disappointed in it.
I thought it was better than 2.
I legitimately didn't play it once. I played it for like 3-4 hours tops and quit playing. Like I was not that interested in it.
Okay, so Fable 3.
But I'm excited for Fable 4, regardless.
Fable 3, when that came out, I remember that pretty much everything I didn't like about Fable 2 was still there.
Okay.
But I do remember that the one thing that I thought did improve it was I really liked the whole like town and how you have effect on the town and you get to the end and you see what happens to the town or whatever. I really liked that.
On Fable 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
But because there's like a city that you like control, or I don't remember exactly, but something
like
to that
that
effect.
Yeah.
And you have your citizens and how many people you save or whatever. I like that a lot. Although, in the same vein, I really didn't like that. Like it has a countdown of how many days until like the apocalypse or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I had like 40 days left, and I thought I had time to do a bunch of stuff, and then it just skipped to the end. And I was like, oh, my guys are dead. Like, that sucked. I didn't like that.
That does suck. I didn't never experience that because I didn't get further or far enough into it. But
I definitely liked it better than 2, though.
Well, I hope that there's been so much.
I'm surprised that I finished both of those games because I did not like them.
There's been so much criticism on the Fable series as a whole that, they can only improve. Especially with a new developer behind it. I hope that they're gonna make it what Fable really could have been this whole time, But the developer that's doing it, they do like the Forza Horizon games and shit like that. Like they don't do RPGs.
Well, I will just say this: I don't know for certain because I was kind of late to the Fable party to begin with.
Yeah.
But in my eyes, at least, I don't know about public perception, but in my eyes, there was a time where Fable and like Elder Scrolls were like
kind of competing.
Yeah,
when
like
Morrowind was out, probably,
like, or at least like
even Oblivion.
They were comparable in ways that were like these are both on the same quality level.
Yeah, they're going to appeal to the same audience, essentially.
That drastically changed.
Yeah, I agree.
Like those are not equals.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what they do then. They might go a completely different direction with Fable 4. It might be more similar to they might cut some more shit off of like Breath of the Wild than they do like Skyrim, which I wouldn't complain. I mean, I think there's more room for games in similar to that. Change some stuff, improve on some ideas, and be inspired by awesome games like Skyrim and Breath of the Wild.
I love that they're all feeding off each other and making each other better. I do love that, but I will say that like that's part of what the issue that I had with Breath of the Wild was. It was so trying to be Skyrim,
more of the same.
Well, not even necessarily. It was more of the same, but like when things are so similar, I find myself like I like Skyrim better than Breath of the Wild.
Like you already like a game like this.
Well,
I'm already good at it.
It's not that. It's like if I'm gonna dedicate my time to one of those games, I'd really just rather play Skyrim.
Really? Why?
I know that Breath of the Wild has absolutely improved on a lot of things that Skyrim, like absolutely, I'm not denying that or anything like that. But in general, I like Skyrim better. So, like, I feel like Link's hard to do open world.
I mean, I think Breath of the Wild proves otherwise. I think it's great, man.
I get what you're saying.
I have zero complaints.
I feel like if you're gonna do a game like that, I like the customization and like the feeling of being self in Skyrim. Whereas like in Breath of the Wild, you're Link, you're not yourself.
I think
so. I think.
I get what you're saying.
I think that kind of game kind of lends its hand more to the customization aspect and the like. This is the character you are.
It depends. If
I think Grand Theft Auto is kind of the same way. Like,
well, are you looking
Grand Theft Auto would almost be better if they stopped doing
so much
like,
dumb shit?
No, I mean I got a lot of things to say about that too. But like,
look at them as two different kind of games.
I don't want to be Nico.
Yeah,
I want to be me.
I got you. Yeah, that's true.
In that kind of game, like, there's nothing wrong with being a character in a game, but like in that kind of game, I want to be myself.
Are you more interested in the role playing aspect of the role playing game or the game aspect? Where Zelda's more of like, I've always looked at it. It is an RPG in a sense. I mean, I've always considered an RPG, but it's always been more of an action.
But yeah,
it's more of like an action adventure.
Yeah,
type,
I agree.
Game.
I agree.
So it kind of it's a different niche that it's kind of blending the role playing with Breath of the Wild, and I hope that any criticism you have regarding those two IPs, maybe the next iteration of Zelda will kind of bridge that gap a little.
I'm just saying,
better,
like when there's three games that are so close, like or two or three or however many there are, they're so closely similar.
It's hard to compare them.
It's not even that it's hard to compare them. I find which one I like the best, and that's the one I want to play.
Okay. All right.
Like if I feel like Breath of the Wild is Skyrim light, I would just rather play Skyrim then.
Okay. Well, I guess at that point you'd be playing it for the story or whatever. If you did want to.
I don't mean to disparage Breath of the Wild is a great game. I'm not like there's definitely things that I have issues that I have with it, but like. It was a great game.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it wasn't.
Okay.
What are you like rolling your eyes for? I loved it, but like, I got it in my bag upstairs or
somewhere.
Right there, right now. I got it with me.
Okay.
But like I said, like there's things about it that I did not care for.
Well, I'm representing with my Breath of the Wild shirt today and my Breath of the Wild hat and my Breath of the Wild socks right here.
You gotta stop putting your feet on the table. You gotta stop doing that. You're stupid.
You representing, man. You know it. Well,
all right.
I don't know, man. That's as far as if you're still talking about 2018 games, man. That's all I care about. Anthem. Other than that, I'll be playing some more Breath of the Wild. Hopefully, I can finish it this year.
Did you see? I mean, you're probably not paying a whole lot of attention to VR because you don't have it. But did you see Elijah Wood's got this game? I think it's called Transference.
Nope.
But he's got this VR game that he's doing. It's kind of like a horror game, and it basically like toys with the idea of like your mind being uploaded to like a digital space and being tampered with.
Okay.
Something to that effect. I'm not totally sure, but I saw a preview for it and it looks pretty cool.
Let's see, Transference.
And I think that's coming out this year.
Here, I'll type Elijah Wood.
Yeah. But Elijah Wood is like putting this game out, and it looks
the reveal trailer.
Pretty neat. I'm into it. I want to play it.
All right, here.
Look, this is here at E3. Do we have to talk over it, or?
We can. Yeah, sure. Here we go. I'll pull it up so the listeners can see here.
Yeah. Ooh.
The trailer for Transference.
There was this sort of synergy of, well, we're looking.
That's
to do
Elijah
something
Wood and
interesting
his
we've got this division, and you're
other very
looking to
homoerotic
sort of
looking friend.
you know,
Ubisoft
what
game.
sense you have of
Is it
storytelling
Ubisoft or
and put
Ubisoft?
that
I don't
into
know. I always
the
call it
context of VR.
Ubisoft.
I always called it
And for the
Ubisoft.
first time as a player,
I could be wrong, though.
Ubisoft.
I don't-
Maybe it's like Ubisoft, bro.
That's a really good word for it.
Ubisoft.
I don't think that's what it is.
Okay. So it's a VR game.
Ubisoft,
Yeah.
We stumbled across some
Oh, he says
fascinating
Ubisoft, or he might say
research that
Ubisoft. Hold on.
we've done. Working with Ubisoft.
He did
Ubi,
say Ubisoft.
God
damn it.
In your face.
Essentially,
Total facial
neuroscientists
LaFleur.
had
God
figured
damn
out
it.
a way to upload
Buttfucker.
brain data, trauma, emotions, memories
Ooh, getting
to the
creepy.
digital space.
The glitch.
Now, we've gone and taken the next logical step.
Pleasant. I'm sure people love watching us burp over videos. This is what we're doing now.
All right, hold on. Let's see. I want to see that gameplay.
I don't think there is any gameplay. It's kind of flat.
okay,
like,
there's a
like that.
little
That's
bit.
what you get. Like little things where it shows it on
The
TV
VR
and
game,
stuff.
he looks like you're like strapped into some kind of system. People are like performing medical exams and tests on you. It's obviously a creepy looking game.
This guy keeps telling you like it can't hurt you.
It sounds pretty
It'll
cool.
feel like it'll hurt you, but it can't hurt you.
So is that like a PSVR game?
Yeah,
or?
I think it's
Okay.
all VR. I think it's going to be on Rift and Vive and all that shit too. But it looks tight. I like that.
Transference. Check it out if you're interested.
Far Cry. Obviously, Felix brought that up earlier.
I've never played any Far Cries. Should I?
Okay, so check this out. Look,
did we talk about this before?
everybody had been telling me about Far Cry for a long time, and I had never played them. Everybody's like, "Oh my God, Far Cry 3, you got to play it." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm like one day I'll get to it," and I never got to it.
Okay.
And like on this console generation, I was like looking for something to play, and Far Cry 4 was out, and I just didn't have anything. I was like, I'll try this.
Sure.
Like if I don't like it, I'll take it back.
And it's
I-
amazing, isn't it?
Oh my God, it's so fucking good, bro. It's fucking great.
I think I have one of them.
It is fucking great, bro.
Really?
And the new one looks like it's gonna be better than all of them.
Who makes
They're-
that game? That's not
No,
Bethesda,
offhand.
is it?
No. But I think maybe Activision,
Let's see. Far Cry developer
Ubisoft.
It's had several, but
Well, anyway, so
Far Cry 5 is the next one coming out, right?
yeah, it comes out in February, I think,
Okay.
or maybe they pushed it
It's
back.
made by Ubisoft.
March. But they all take place in like this foreign country called Kyrat. It's like not really a real country, like it's fictional.
Okay.
But this one is going to be the first one set in America. It's set in like Montana,
Oh.
and it looks
why he's got the
so
American
fucking
flag.
good, bro. It looks awesome.
Here, let's put that.
I am burping a lot today. Burps.
Let's put that Far Cry 5 image up on
Dude,
there.
it looks fucking badass.
People can see it. Ooh, that
Shit
is
looks
pretty
fucking
cool.
great. Like it looks like a really good one. It's very like Assassin's Creed-ish, but it's also like a first person, and it's really open world, and
Whoops.
like it's a combination of a lot of different things. But it's a like Far Cry 4 you can get for the Xbox One right now, cheap as shit, and it is fucking great. You will love it.
Like I said,
Like you will love it.
I think I have like one of them. I just don't know which.
I still never played Far Cry 3, which is what everybody says is the best, but it's like last console generation.
That might be the one
but,
I have, actually.
But I will
So,
say,
I like how it kind of looks like the Last Supper, but it's like a bunch of rednecks and shit sitting
Yeah.
around.
like this one's supposed to like or
Focus.
focus on like a cult in Montana or some kind of like religious. I don't know. But I've
Sounds cool.
seen little clip. This is basically it. It looks fucking great. It looks awesome. What else?
You got some other video games you're excited about? Not me.
Like I said, I got a lot of predictions. You know what I want?
What?
I don't know if this is a prediction. I think it's really unrealistic. I don't think it'll happen, but I want it. Like I take my money.
What?
I want them to come out with a Fallout 3 and a New Vegas and a Morrowind and an Oblivion remasters, like all of those remastered with mods on the new consoles.
That'd be cool.
I'm in. Take my money.
Yeah, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't?
I'll pay $60 a game if you remaster them and give me mods.
They wouldn't even have to like make physical copies of those either. They could just make them digital downloads, like $20 a pop.
I know that
People
they
definitely
would
play
not
that shit.
charge $60 for it.
Yeah.
They wouldn't. But if they did, I would pay that
Yeah.
to play those with mods.
Ooh, they should
and
play
graphical upgrades.
They should.
And
just,
Morrowind, like the one thing I really want with Morrowind, because I've never really played Morrowind.
Yeah.
And I've tried a few times. It's just a lot to read.
Yeah, it does have
Which
a lot
wouldn't
of reading.
it wouldn't be such an issue, except for I've gotten so accustomed to not reading that now going back to it would be difficult. So if they
Skyrim-
can voice it over, that would be great.
A lot of people consider like Skyrim like a simplified version of the Elder Scrolls, just because Morrowind like kind of set the standard for like being very long-winded and deep and so much lore. And then like Oblivion kind of took it and perfected it. And Skyrim just kind of like simplified a lot of the text. I think it has like something like a quarter of the amount of voice acting as far as like the game goes, or something like that.
Well, I will say that I think Skyrim, while it looks a little bit better and things like that, it's got things that it does better than Oblivion. I far prefer Oblivion. I think it's much better.
Oblivion has a cooler like hook, like the Oblivion gates and shit like that is way cooler.
But I mean, not just that.
But
I think
Skyrim has dragons, so
I get that. Well, I will say Skyrim. I think the dragon shouts and the dragonborn aspect of it is corny as fuck.
what?
I think that's lame.
You're crazy. That shit
I
is
love the
cool.
dragons. I love the dragons, but like I'm part dragon and I'm gonna yell thing. Like that's done. They're just spells. That's all they are. Like why
Yeah.
not just call them spells and not make it a niche, like kitschy, like fucking
Gimmick. All games gotta have a gimmick, man.
They don't though.
Just like that.
But I will say, like Oblivion, the stories in Oblivion are so good, and Skyrim's are not as good. Like,
Yeah, I agree.
The Dark Brotherhood story arc is great. There's like twists where you're like, oh shit.
Yep. Thieves
And
Guild's
then
better too.
Yeah, the Thieves Guild. Like at the end, you're like, no fucking way.
Yep,
Like
you get that mask.
that shit was good. Yeah, the gray cowl or whatever it is.
Gray Fox cowl or
Yeah,
whatever the fuck it
that
is.
shit. Like you find out who the Gray Fox is. That was cool.
Yeah.
The Dark Brotherhood. You find out who's killing all the Dark Brother. Like you're getting the messages to kill people. And you're like, oh, twist. Wasn't supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Like that
Dude,
shit was cool.
You get that Gray Fox cowl and then just go beat the whole game, because you just wear that bitch in like all the caverns and like no enemies can even see you. Because
not
it
even
makes,
just that.
It makes
You
your
can-
stealth like zero.
It's not even just that. You can go and commit all the crimes in the world
Yeah.
in the mask and then just take it off. And it's like nothing happened.
Like that feature alone was amazing. If you haven't played that game, download it on Steam or something. It's
I also
fucking
love like
awesome.
things where you like go get the skeleton key. Like I
Yeah.
got the skeleton key. The rest of the game, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
shit like that. Or the Wabbajack.
Yeah,
I love the Wabbajack.
Me too. You get that from what's his name? The dude.
Sheagorath.
Sheagorath. Yeah, I remember. I think you showed me that. Like when I came over to your house one day, like you were playing it and showed me that. And I was like, I gotta get this shit. That was before I had a 360.
Yeah, I really like.
You were like my first 360 friend, man. Like I didn't know anybody else that even had one. And then like I remember getting one. I texted you like, I got one, man. You're like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I mean the 360 shitted on the PS3
At the time,
overall. Like maybe the PS3 is more powerful or whatever you can make, but like as far as like what games it played, and
yeah. As far
like,
as the
it
library
was,
goes,
it was more fun.
Yeah.
And I feel the same way about the PS4 now. I think the PS4 is more fun than the Xbox One.
Okay.
I'm not a brand whore. Like I have all three. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I definitely think PS4 is better.
Okay. It's cooler because the VR alone.
I mean, that's definitely a substantial difference. Like, I haven't played a non-VR game in like, I haven't played a non-VR game once since I got the VR.
Are there any other PS4 exclusive games that are coming out that you're looking forward to? Last of Us 2, right? About
Last
that?
of Us 2, definitely, and I think we're going to see more about that
Yeah.
this year. That's a prediction I would definitely feel confident making. Just a full disclosure here, I don't really pay attention to exclusives anymore.
Oh.
Just because I have all consoles, like
Yeah.
I don't even care. Like
Same.
I don't
When
even
you hear
look
about
to
a
see.
game-
I don't even look to see what it's coming out on. Just when I see a game, I'm like, ooh, I want this game. Like, and then
But-
when it's time, I'm like, what's it for?
Will you typically skew more toward PS4 than Xbox, though, when you buy your non-exclusives?
If it's something that's the same on all platforms, I'm going PS4.
Okay.
If the Xbox has something better about it, like I'm almost inclined to buy all my Bethesda games on Xbox
Why?
because of the mod cap limit on PS4.
I didn't know they had a cap limit. That's pretty
Yeah,
retarded.
basically PS4 does not allow external sources. So like on Xbox One, if you play like Skyrim, you could do the thing where the dragon's like Macho Man Randy
Yeah.
Savage. Where on PlayStation 4, that's an external asset. So like they have mods, but you can't add new stuff into the game. You have to make it out of the stuff that's already in the game.
That's some horse shit. I think that'll
Yeah.
probably change with updates, or at least the next console generation, because that's why people choose PC gaming over console gaming most of the time.
Yeah.
Mod support.
Absolutely.
Especially
I mean,
for games like that.
especially when you're looking at like the Xbox One and 4 Pro.
Yeah.
Like they're so graphically competitive with PCs.
Yeah.
That you're losing that.
Yeah, they got because I know
edge.
a lot of people play Skyrim just and have that mod. There's a mod called Sky UI that like vastly improves the interface for like how you select everything, like your items. You can pull it up immediately without having to go to 4 fucking menus.
Right.
So like just for that mod alone, a lot of people will not even play it on console.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Like they not only need to fully embrace mod support, they need to also fully embrace keyboard mouse support too at this point.
Did we talk about the Creation Club on the podcast?
I don't think so. I don't know what Creation Club is.
Okay, so for Skyrim and Fallout on the current gen consoles, they added the Creation Club, I think at last year's E3, where it's basically paid mods. So they have all the free mods, but they also have these paid mods you can buy now for like $1.99. I'll buy this mod or whatever.
Okay.
Everybody's really upset because they're selling mods.
If they're selling mods that you could normally get for free on PC, that's a problem.
Well, this is where I disagree with everybody else about this.
Yeah.
Because people are really upset about this. Okay, first of all the free mods are still there.
Yeah, that's true.
So they're not forcing you to pay for something that would otherwise be free. You can still get the free versions of everything.
Sure.
Second of all, the difference between these and the free mods is these are developed by the game community or by actual game developers to make sure that they all work seamlessly with the game. It becomes a full part of the game. It's not like a mod where you have to worry about load order or something having a bug where it glitches out or whatever,
the support,
or something doesn't work. It works seamlessly with the game.
Okay.
So I don't mind paying a couple bucks here and there for mods that I really want if I know they're seamlessly going to work with everything. That's great.
Okay.
I think that's awesome.
Okay.
And I'll put $20 in on some cool mods, and they're all pretty cheap too. You know what I'm saying? So like that to me is cool. And I think as long as they're not removing the option for you to get the free mods, I don't really see why anybody has an issue with it.
Not to mention the PC version's still there. If you still want to go play it on PC and get free mods,
on PlayStation on my Fallout thing, I can go find comparable mods for all the ones you pay for, and you can still download them for free.
You're paying pretty much a convenience fee at that point,
right? And I don't for a game that I put that much time into, I don't mind.
Sure.
Like I would rather have everything work smoothly.
I agree.
It's worth a couple bucks to me. Like it's not a big deal.
I agree with that. I mean, the only way I would ever be pissed about anyone charging anything for a game is if they take content that I thought I had or was getting and put it behind a paywall. That's like Destiny did, but
that's because that's horseshit.
That is horseshit. That's why no one's playing Destiny right now.
But I mean, that's part of the problem with the gaming world that we live in now. Is like now you cannot feel confident that when you go buy a game, you're getting the whole game for the price that you're paying.
Yeah, you might as well wait till Game of the Year edition comes out in a couple years.
But I mean, like you very well could be buying a whole game, but they're locking parts of the game behind extra paywalls when it should just like there was a time before all this DLC when you just got the game.
Right. And you could actually unlock bonus content if you just had the password.
I mean, to be honest, I'm not a big fan of day one patches. It kind of pisses me off.
Yeah.
Because I would rather wait a week than have a day one patch.
I don't mind day one patches if they're legitimately like they have a date they got to get to, they're shipping it out, but it needs a patch to improve bugs. That doesn't piss me off. That
does piss me off.
Well, they should have really shipped a completed game. I get it.
Yeah, don't set a release date that you can't meet. Like
in this digital age, why should they cater to the motherfuckers that just want to buy the copy though?
Because if I'm paying you $60, I want it to work out of the box. I don't want to have to always fucking have a patch.
Well, quit buying the physical copy then. You're the dummy.
But that doesn't change the fact you're still getting cheated.
I mean, I guess whatever. I mean, if they're adding content day one, that's different. But if they're just patching it to improve it, then I don't think that's a big deal.
No, don't ship me a broken game. That's horseshit. That's horseshit.
Okay, so you rather than put it off and then let motherfuckers who are like the PC version or the digital download version, they all can get it on time and get their day one patches and play it and enjoy it. Then
Why would they release that any earlier than? Why wouldn't they just push the whole release date back a week?
Dude, they're trying to make their money. They spent $4 million on advertising. This game comes out April 9th.
Right, but if you can have a day one patch ready to go, how long does it take to mass produce these units and ship them to stores and have
probably
them available?
A few months.
No, they don't even send these games off for press until a month before the game. That's like,
well, they've already spent all their money on advertising.
So like, if it takes an extra month for me to get a finished game without having to have fucking all these patches and shit, like fucking take the month.
All right.
I want the finished product.
I get like sometimes there's an unforeseen issue that they have to patch out.
That's fine. But I'm talking about like day one patches should not be like
10 gig day one patch.
like that's horseshit.
Yeah, that is horseshit. I do agree with you on that point. It doesn't bother me because I'm a digital guy, but physical copies, I mean...
like with Prey is a good example. Like Prey had all those game-breaking bugs when it launched, and they didn't... I don't believe for a second that they knew that there were game-breaking bugs when they launched it. They found them and were like, oh shit, we got to fix these.
So they had day one patch that just was bug fixes, essentially. But
well, I mean, but it went past day one. Like, they didn't know.
Oh, okay.
They didn't know that there were those problems.
Yeah, that's a different case.
So, like, that's not the same. You know what I'm saying? Like,
the worst...
I don't have an issue with them patching that out. I want you to fix the game for sure.
The worst offenders, I know there's some movies that, some games where they actually shipped with the DLC content on the disc and then locked it behind the paywall. If you ask me, those are the crookedest, worst motherfuckers out there.
That's wrong.
That's complete horseshit.
That's wrong.
I'm trying to think of some offenders that have done that. Let me look
I am curious though. I am curious how like the net neutrality is going to change how gaming works, as far as like, because the gaming community has been trending so hard towards everything being online and all that. I think the net neutrality could definitely affect it.
Affect what? Gaming in general?
The whole industry is, yeah. I think it could temper how much we're gearing towards everything being online, because if everybody has to worry about how much they're playing online, or how many patches they can download, how much DLC they can download, if you're worried about cap limits, you know what I'm saying, like that can definitely alter things drastically.
I'm with you, man. Like,
I don't know how that's going to affect it. That's just a concern for me. Well, I mean, I think
it's definitely going to be a concern for everyone who uses the internet for literally any reason at all. YouTube videos. I mean, just watching YouTube videos all day is using gigabytes a month. You know, we're completely fucked. And once all the companies start, capping our data, like we're all fucked. You know. Here we go. List of games with on disc DLC. There's a bunch. Shit.
Oh yeah. Holy shit.
This shit zoomed in a bunch. I didn't mean to do that.
Bulletstorm, Dynasty Warriors, Dragons, Dogma, Crew.
Let's find some good ones.
Ghost Recon.
Metroid
Resident
Prime?
Evil 5.
Ooh, Versus mode was locked. The price to unlock was $5. The gold edition comes with Versus mode unlocked already.
Well, to be fair, Versus mode sucked dick, so who wanted that anyway?
Oh, look, all your favorite games do it, man. Look, Resident Evil 6, Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City.
Wait, whoa. Let's reel that in, because Resident Evil 5 is one of my favorite games. I will say that.
All right.
But that Versus mode was trash to begin with.
Saints Row the
6 I
Third?
fucking hate. Go back up to Operation
Ooh,
Raccoon
look, this
City.
is the worst.
Go up. Hold on,
wait. Saints Row the Third has 12 DLC packs, including cheats, clothing, vehicles, and
That's
weapons.
bad.
That is really bad.
Hold up, scroll up just for a second to Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. Weapons and costumes, limited edition copies. I can see. So to be fair, these things that
If it's just
if like they're unlocked for the limited edition, but not the regular edition,
yeah,
like that is a little more forgivable, because you can understand why it's a bonus for this version. But
what's the difference between that and Saints Row, who may have released a copy of like a gold edition that had all of that unlocked?
Because it didn't release all of that when at launch.
Okay, maybe. Let's see some other Tekken Tag, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, WWE 12. Damn. Well, look, this says playable characters, HBK, Jim Ross, and Jerry Lawler, but I mean, it doesn't say how much it costs or anything. There's a bunch of games on here, though. It's pretty disappointing.
A lot. Yeah, that's pretty fucking disgusting.
BioShock 2, Sinclair Solution, a multiplayer expansion with new maps and loadouts, was locked behind a paywall on BioShock 2.
I don't remember that. Oh.
Ooh, Beautiful Katamari. A good portion of the levels are locked on the disc and require purchase. Yikes. That's some bullshit, man. Fuck those games.
Yeah, this is not a good look. N64.
Animal Crossing has a series of NES games which can be unlocked.
E-reader cards?
Well, that's
I don't know what that means.
So the game had a series of NES games that you could play, but you had to like probably buy some real life like blind bag of some sort to get the code.
Hardware or something.
Yeah, or maybe even just like a card that had like a code on it or something. You know what I mean? That's kind of some bullshit.
Yeah.
Well, that's some. I hope I mean, it seems like there's not too many newer games that are doing that, at least according to this list. So who knows if
it looks like we've kind of passed that.
I hope so, because that's some bullshit. But then again, Destiny did it. So I mean, what can you say?
Destiny's trash. That's what I can say.
I'm very
trash.
I'm highly pissed
trash,
off. That
trash. Sucks dick.
All right, it doesn't suck dick, bro. It's fun, but not anymore. Destiny 1 was fun. I can go back and play that, I guess. Destiny 2
There's
is
probably nobody
cute.
on it.
It looks cute, but nobody wants to play it anymore either. That's the biggest, worst turnoff of them all.
But I mean, that's the worst part of these only online games. Like I said, I want to play Umbrella Corps, bro. Nobody else does, so I can't.
Yeah. I hope Anthem's not like that. It probably will be. I think it's an MMO. I mean, when you're buying an MMO, though, it's different,
I mean, yeah, it is.
It has, it has a shelf life.
Well, I mean, you can't even have that game without
I mean, even
online.
even
you know what I'm saying?
who are-
Like it's different for an MMO because the game can't exist without. You can't make an offline mode for that.
Yeah.
Like that's what the game is. Umbrella Corps, you could have bots.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can
I'm
do
with
that.
Well, fuck all the video game predictions. Fuck that. I had some. Let's just move on and change.
Okay.
Do you have any movie wants lists? Anything that you're looking forward to this year that you've encountered, looked up, or thought about? I got some ideas. I wanted to.
You kick it off because I haven't thought about this at all.
I know you're not a big comic book guy, but Black Panther.
I know Kendrick Lamar is doing the soundtrack, so I'm excited for the soundtrack.
Okay. Have you seen the preview, like the reveal trailer or anything for it? That shit looks
No, I
fucking
don't care
sweet.
about it at all, but I care about the soundtrack.
All right. It looks sweet.
I mean, Black Panther, whoever's marketing that or whatever, did a great job because they took something I cared nothing at all about.
Same.
And they gave me something to care about. I at least care about the music in it now.
Well, I'll tell you, it looks beautiful. The costumes and everything. It looks awesome. Then, of course, Infinity War is coming out this year. I know you don't care about that, but that's going to have everyone. Ant-Man, Guardians of the Galaxy, Spider-Man, all the Avengers.
sounds so bad, bro.
It sounds
horrible. I'm sorry.
Ant-Man and the Wasp as well, as far as comic book movies go.
my God.
Deadpool 2, are you excited about
I
that?
didn't see Deadpool 1.
You fucked up. Okay. The last video game movie, or I'm sorry, the last Marvel movie that I'm excited about, which I honestly didn't
So
know.
basically, in general, you're just excited about Marvel movies.
Most of
all
them.
of them, I'm just excited.
But I got a couple others I'll mention. But the other Marvel movie I'm excited about that I honestly didn't even know much about until recently. Did you know they're doing a Venom movie? That's not, well, I don't think it's in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, first of all. So maybe that'll get you a little more happy about it.
No, I still don't give a shit.
Okay. But
I mean, Venom's kind of cool. I care more about Venom than I do pretty much every other name that you've named.
played by Tom Hardy. Are you in or out?
I'd check it out.
Fuck yeah.
I'd check it out.
Tom
I
Hardy's
would.
a
I would
man.
check that out. I would.
Tom
Fair
Hardy's a
enough.
fucking man.
I'm in.
That's
I
what
like
we
the.
see.
I like the draw a hard line in the sand. In or out. I'm in. I'm
Fuck
in.
yeah. There's not much info other than Tom Hardy's in it, and I think it is still Sony may still own that property. I'm not sure, so that's why I don't think it's part of the MCU. But besides that, Ready Player One is a cool movie.
I saw that it's in Columbus, Ohio. So
Yeah.
that's enough for me. I'm ready.
Steven
I'm in.
Spielberg's directing it, creating it.
Anybody who's trying to show Columbus some love, I'm in.
Yeah, that movie's gonna be sweet.
OH.
Tomb Raider. No, I'm out. AOH, I'm out. Tomb Raider. Do you think that looks cool? Tomb Raider movie.
I haven't seen anything.
Haven't
on
seen
it.
previews on it. The
No,
chick who's
I
playing
mean-
Tomb Raider's pretty hot. First of
I
all.
don't know if anybody can play a better Laura Croft than Angelina Jolie, though.
I thought so too, man. But
Like she was like the perfect cast for that role. Like,
I agree. But this chick, she does a pretty good job. I don't know her name.
well, they
though.
did change how Laura Croft appears, so she's different now.
Surname?
Yeah.
Like Angelina Jolie would not match the new one.
I'll get that off of her head there. Move some of this stuff over.
Lara, your father's gone.
So it looks sweet.
That looked like the mansion in the game.
See so much of
I think this one. I mean, this is obviously a reboot. I think they're kind of
Going with the newer,
brilliant.
like the newer Tomb Raiders. They're
Yes.
trying to do that. I can tell just by the way the girl looks.
If you're listening to this, then I must be dead.
All right, so we'll skip forward a little bit, but there's some action, adventure. She looks fucking hot and awesome.
She's not as busty
She's not as busty
as the previous.
She's not. They're not going based off of strictly sex appeal. They're making Lara Croft actually seem like a badass in this one.
But why can't she have big tits too, though?
I agree. That's a good point.
Why does that have to be a negative thing? Like, oh, she's got big tits. This is objectifying women. Like, some women have big tits.
What do you think?
Do they not need love too?
What about video games that have like ridiculously gross big tits on their characters? Do you think that's absurd?
No, I don't understand why everybody has to get. Like, this is people are overly sensitive, bro.
Same. I'm with you, man.
Who gives a shit if?
But yeah,
they
look,
have,
she
like,
still looks hot as
obnoxiously
hell.
big tits?
No huge tits, but she looks hot as hell.
She's not
Kicking
for me.
ass.
She's not for me.
She's not for you. Look
The
at
movie
her.
still looks cool, but I don't
Ugh.
think she's like a hottie like that.
Alicia Vikander, whatever the fuck she's from. I knew she had a weird name.
Not the same star power as Angelina Jolie, that's
No,
for sure.
Not at all.
But the movie looked cool. It looked cool. I'm in. That was a good preview.
I'll take 2.
She looks like a good cast for the new Lara Croft too. Like
Yeah.
she looks like the new Lara Croft in the new games.
She does. I think it's gonna be sweet, man. I'm excited about that. I'll go see that with my movie pass.
What else? What else you got for movies?
That was about it for movies. I want to talk about superhero movies, but you don't fucking like superhero movies.
I don't.
I mean, I'm doing
Not
the
for me.
Avengers Infinity War challenge where you watch one movie from the MCU every week, and you'll be perfectly ready for Infinity War on the last week. You know, where you start at Iron Man, end with whatever the last one. Black Panther will actually be the last one you'll watch before Infinity War. One a week, and you'll be good. Yesterday we watched Iron Man and The Incredible Hulk, which Iron Man is fucking sweet, man. That movie is so good.
I'm watching a porn movie every week until Infinity War comes out, and my nuts will be completely drained by then.
Well, I mean, to each their own. I'm doing that challenge too. But
It's not a
Was it?
challenge.
Yeah.
That shit is easy.
It's not a challenge. I call it Monday mornings. So I call it Monday mornings right before you get here, and I give you daps. That's when I get that out of the
I've jacked off at your house like 9 times since I've been here today.
way. Today. All right. Well, whatever, man.
Yeah.
No other movie. Oh, the Star Wars story Han Solo movie is gonna be pretty sweet.
I still got to catch up on Star Wars.
Are you a Star Wars guy?
I love Star Wars.
Okay.
But I have been turned off by The Force Awakens.
You did not like Force Awakens.
I didn't like Kylo Ren.
Okay, I think we've discussed him. But
He's just so douchey, bro. How are you going to try to convince me this guy is a badass, but he's that douchebag? Like, no, I'm not going for that.
I don't know what the thought process was behind like making him like douchey looking and like not like menacing really, but look at Anakin. You know what? Ewan McGregor played him, and that dude looked like a little crybaby bitch. You know, from the prequels. Isn't that who played him?
I thought Ewan
he
McGregor
played
played
Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan.
Who played what was that fucking guy?
I don't know the guy's name. I thought he was fine. I thought he was a normal fucking guy.
I forgot his name. God damn it.
I think they went with like the most emo, dorky looking dude ever for fucking Kylo Ren, and all he does is remind me of the dude from Grandma's Boy.
Oh yeah,
I am a robot.
Yeah. He does look like that guy.
That's all I think of every time I see him. I'm like, you want me to believe that this is the badass like Jedi? Like, come the fuck on. This
guy-
is who's killing Han Solo. That cornball. Fuck out of here.
I mean,
Fuck. Oh, spoiler
dude,
alert.
I'll take. I mean, if you haven't seen Force Awakens, go fuck yourself. In all honesty, what was I? Oh, I was looking up the guy who played Anakin. Whatever the fuck his name was. Hayden Christensen was who I was.
I thought he was fine. He didn't bother me at all.
He's kind of douchey though, you know. In the
No, I
same
thought he was
vein,
fine.
he's as douchey as Adam
No.
Driver.
No.
I don't know, man. Adam Driver doesn't bother me that much.
At least Hayden Christensen had some kind of like charisma.
Adam Driver just talks like with like a deep voice like this. I'm Kylo Ren.
He looks like he needs robot legs, bro.
Why? What do you mean?
He looks like
You think he's like too buff?
no. I think the dude that plays Kylo Ren looks like he only listens to techno because it's good for his robot ears.
What? All right, let's Google what kind of music does Kylo Ren listen to.
I'm just making a reference to Grandma's Boy is all I'm doing. Why are you even typing this in? Like, this is such a weird thing. That you, like, this is what we're doing now? Wikipedia? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wikipedia.
Dude,
All
I
right.
really like Star Wars.
I like it too.
Fuck Star Wars people need to get it together. You need to stop being such fucking... Like, you ever meet somebody that's like, I'm a super Star Wars fan. You're like, I love Star Wars. And they're like, oh, yeah? And they start quizzing you on, like, really obscure, bizarre
Thankfully, I haven't
trivia.
met
And
those
they're
people.
like, no, the answer is... And you're like... You have no friends, bro. Like, you never get laid, and you wonder why, and you act snarky and try to act like I'm a pretentious douche. Like, bro, fuck out of my face. I'll beat you up.
I mean, I haven't met those people, thankfully.
I've met lots of
I am a Star Wars guy, but I'm
I
not
love
near.
Star
I'm
Wars,
not
but
near.
let's get fucking
into
real.
it. I will tell you, in that same vein, you should watch. There's a show on Netflix. It's a series. It has like 4 episodes right now. It's
Trekkies will be like that, too. By
It's
the way.
the show. I don't fuck with Trekkies. The show on Netflix I was going to recommend is called The Toys That Made Us, which is a 1 hour like docu-series each episode about like how like that particular toy came to fruition. The first episode is about Star Wars toys. It tells the whole history about who created it, how they made it, all that shit. It's fucking awesome. I didn't think it'd be that interesting. And like it goes from Star Wars, then there's an episode on Barbie, one on G.I. Joe, and I don't remember the other one. But It's really sweet. We
It's
watched.
a weird thing to be.
I know. I'm recommending it though because we watched like all 4 in a row like last week on whatever snow day we had.
You know what me and my girlfriend just watched?
What?
We watched a show called Zumbo's Just Desserts.
Zumbos?
Yeah.
Okay. What
And
about
he's this like Australian like dessert chef.
I'm out.
Bro, this sounds weird, bro. It's like kind of a chick show, to be honest.
Okay.
But like, it's this dude, and he has like a competition, like Survivor, with like a reality show with all these different Australian chefs, and they're all like competing to make the best desserts.
Oh, okay.
And he has like different little challenges. Like this week, you're gonna use you're only allowed to use foods made of this one color.
I mean, there's other
And this week
shows
he
that
did
do
this.
that shit.
But like,
Top Chef, I think, does that.
I don't even fucking like sweets, bro. So like, this is not my thing. But I will say that the way this is done, I really appreciated it in the sense of competition and artisticness. Like they're making all these like elaborate, like I just like art, you know what I'm saying? And
Okay.
that's kind of what they're doing here. Everything's really artistic and crazy. And so we watched this whole series, and it was really good, except for the end was not good. No, Zumbo was cool too. I like Zumbo.
Oh, Zumbo was cool.
I think he's gay. I'm not sure.
Is that on Netflix?
Yeah.
All right. Zumbo's Just Desserts.
There's only one series, one season.
I'll check an episode out.
It was fun,
you
bro.
guys-
Like it was a good one for like me and my chick to watch together.
Yeah.
Like she pulled it up, and
Alright.
I just kind of like walked in on it. I was like, I'll watch this.
It's definitely
with you.
something I would never click on. I'm telling you that because I don't
I
really
would never
care
pick it
about.
out.
I don't care about this fucking Food Network type shows.
I would have never picked it out, but it was cool though. I liked it.
All right. They
You
had
like
some
watch them. You get to
delicious-looking
like the
desserts.
characters. Like there's this one dude at the beginning of the show. Yeah, hell yeah.
Wait, did you make any of them? Like, did you think any of them?
No, this is like way too difficult for you to do that. They're doing elaborate shit here, bro.
Okay.
But there's this one dude like at the beginning of the show, and he's like trying to make something where like it's like a goo that has to set in the freezer so that it's stiff, and it doesn't set in time, and his shit falls apart. And he does it like 6 times in a row. Every time, nothing sets, and they're just like, dude, you just can't fucking do this. Like, what is your deal?
They took him 6 times to fire him after that shit though.
No,
Shit.
like somebody goes every episode, so like they have challenge. You just have to watch it. But.
Okay.
But it was cool though. Like it was
Zumbo's
fun.
Just
You like it.
Desserts.
You get to pick your little like people. Like I want this person to win. I fucking hate this person. You know what I'm saying? Like and basically there were two people that I really did not like on the show, and both of them made it like to the very end. And like I don't know, the last like 4 people, there was like 2 people I hated and 2 people I loved, and like the 2 people I hated faced off, and one of them was getting eliminated, and the one I really hated got eliminated.
Okay.
But then the other one that I hated.
Spoiler alert for Zumbo's Just Desserts.
Yeah, because I told you who they were. I just told you I didn't like them.
No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, I was not satisfied with who won though.
Ah. All right. Well,
Which
you'll
I
have
mean,
to-
again, it's competition. It is what it is.
look,
but like,
if you want to talk Zumbo's Just Desserts with my friend Enz, watch it on via
was cool.
Netflix
Watch
and
it.
send
It
him
was
a
cool.
text.
It was cool.
Someone text message me. Speaking of which, I can't tell.
Do you have
Well,
a smartwatch?
I do. I have.
That's funny that you have that because I was actually thinking about asking you about them.
Do you have an Android or iPhone?
I do. I have Android.
Okay, I have a this is called a Gear S2. This is like the older version. There's a Gear S3 that's better, newer. But Tara, I think bought me this one for like $75 or something. Man, it's awesome.
Well, I just yesterday actually was just Googling
Yeah?
like low end smartwatches. I don't want to pay like $300. For
No,
them.
I'm with you.
Like something like less than $100. I am interested in getting like a good Android smartwatch. So if you have a suggestion, but I need something that like looks appealing too. I don't want to wear an ugly ass watch.
Sure. Yeah, mine. I broke not the screen, but I have a screen protector. It's glass and it's broken. So, but I'm waiting on a new one. But highly recommend that because I wear mine at work, especially and fuck around.
I don't want to spend like $80 on a watch and then break it. And,
No, I'm with you.
And I don't want to spend $80 on a watch that I don't like the way it looks. And
Like, do you
I don't
like
want it
this
to be
one?
like just a cheap one. I mean, I don't dislike that one, but I probably wouldn't rock it.
It's a little bulky, you know, but they make some sleeker ones.
I got a
Where-
bulky watch.
Didn't
or
you used to be
whatever,
an iPhone guy?
Yeah, I liked iPhone when iPhone was the shit. It's
When
not
did you
the
when
shit
did you
anymore.
change?
Years ago.
Really? Because I remember like getting in arguments with you about it. I'm pretty sure.
There was a time when iPhone made when Apple made the best phones, bro. There
Yeah.
was a time when they were the best. There was
Sure.
no debate.
Sure.
And then it changed.
Yeah.
When it changed,
When
I
was
changed.
that? iPhone 6.
I think I had up to like iPhone 4, but I was
Oh, okay. So it's been a
I-
while.
yeah, it's
Okay.
been a while, but I like teetered with it for a while before I switched.
Yeah.
I was like getting sold, you know what I'm saying? So I've been with Android for like 8 years or something now.
Oh, that's what's up. I've always been
Again,
an
I'm not a
Android
brand
guy.
whore, bro.
I got you.
Like I'm with
not
whatever
either.
is the best.
I've had but my last couple phones I had like a Samsung Galaxy S3, then an S4, then an S5, an S6.
This is an S7 right here.
This is
S7.
I just got this phone this past week. This is not a Galaxy or a Samsung.
What is it?
It's the essential phone.
I don't know
You heard anything about it?
no, it looks kind of sleek though.
It's
I
like a
I like the way it looks.
it's a competitor. It's like a flagship competitor. You know, they're trying to that's trying to be like the new like cool thing.
I
Essentially,
really like the way it looks. It looks really nice.
it's similar to like an iPhone.
I like the
almost, how it
very
looks.
very sleek.
It feels
like-
it's got some weight to it though,
Yeah,
which I
it's not-
like.
I like that too. Yeah.
You know, but it's made by the creator of Android. Like one of the creators of Android broke off and made his own phone now. It's called Essential, but it was cheap. That's why I liked it.
How much was it?
This phone retails for like $500, but they had a special going on at Sprint where if I pay like $5 a month lease price or own price or whatever, I can just buy it for $5 a month and pay my $45 a month phone bill. So I'm paying $50 a month for my phone bill
not
and
bad
getting
at
a
all.
nice
Yeah.
fancy new phone. I like the phone a lot though. I'd highly recommend it to people who don't want to pay as much. I was this close, no joke. I had my buddy Miles, who's on my show. He's he's been on the Keezy show before. He works at Sprint, and he helped me out getting a deal and shit. But he was helping me get a Note 8. I was this close to buying it. He had it in the like ready to scan. I was like, "What's up with that Essential phone?" He's like, "It's pretty cool." Blah blah blah. $5, you can get it for $5. So I was about to pay $40 extra a month for the fucking Note 8, or I could pay $5 a month for that.
Well,
no
I will
brainer.
say, I have been on the fence about getting a Note for a long time. I really like the Note phones. I know they had the debacle where they're blown up or whatever,
Yeah.
but that's been obviously fixed. It's not an
Right.
issue anymore. I will say that prior to this, I had an LG G3.
Oh, okay.
And I loved that phone. I really, really liked that phone. And I was probably going to get the G4
Okay.
when I got this. And I went in. It was a Black Friday deal, and this was a really good deal. And it came with like a $250 gift card at Best Buy and like all kinds of shit, right? So I ended up going with the S7.
And you like it?
I love my S7, except I will not get another Galaxy phone.
What's your beef with Galaxy?
Or at least
Or
I won't do an
Samsung.
Edge anymore.
Oh, okay.
I did the Edge.
You don't like that shit?
I love the Edge. I love the Edge.
But
But I won't do it again because I've never had a phone so fragile.
is that cracks or is that the screen?
Yeah, it's cracked on both sides. This whole backside is shattered. But this is
Damn.
all cracked and shit.
Yeah, that sucks balls.
I really love this phone. It's a great phone. I'm not, but like it's just
Fuck
too
that
fragile.
Edge shit. Yeah.
Like I love the Edge function too, dude. Like when I pull it up and I got like certain little apps that I just use over here.
Yeah.
Like
that's
there's my
what's up.
schedule. You know what I'm saying? Like you can get sports scores and like all kinds of shit. The weather, like it's really nice.
That's cool and
you
all,
can set
but-
it like when I do this, I can kind of. You can rub your finger. See, my screen's all fucked up, so it doesn't work. But you can rub your finger across it, and it'll start giving you information on stuff. But like mine doesn't work anymore.
That sucks.
So I really like the Edge functions too. I really like the Edge, but it's just too fragile.
I feel you. Yeah, that's I wouldn't get one for that reason.
That's the only reason I don't
Yeah,
like it.
Me, I'm climbing up on poles and shit, man. I'm scared of dropping my phone or whatever. Like I got a shitty case on this just because literally there are no good cases for the Essential phone yet.
I like your case too.
Thanks. It's just
I think everything about it looks really nice. I think it's.
We'll get you one, man. They're pretty dope. These actually, you can get these. They make a peripheral that is a 3D camera that plugs into it, like just for this phone.
That's tight.
I know. I want it. Or it's a 360 camera. I'm sorry, not 3D. Yeah.
How does that stack up, like as far as like specs?
It's pretty similar, like as far as
Similar to.
like a Galaxy S8. I mean, that's what it's That's what it's competing with. Like you can Google it. Like I like doing this with phones. I'm Googling Essential phone versus
Yeah, I do that too.
you do
Pixels look hard,
Pixels
bro.
do look-
They look pretty tight.
Let's see how it compares to
Keep it real.
Pixel 2. Let's see. I'll stay always updated. Get fucked. All right. So look, it's got mine's got a same core, octa core. Mine's got a bigger screen, bigger storage, bigger megapixel camera, bigger battery,
Same
RAM. That's got the newer version of Android,
Both
Oreo.
have quick charge.
Yep. Let's see. 4G, multimedia, loudspeaker, yes. FM radio, no. Mine does have USB-C, which is weird to get used to because I can't use all my same cords anymore.
No, like you know what?
I
I
like it,
really
though.
hate it when they switch the cables because I like having like the one standard cable, except for USB-C is so much better, bro.
I know,
it
it
is.
is.
It's so much better.
I can't
Like,
wait
I'm
until-
happy to change.
I can't wait until everything's just USB-C.
Yeah,
It's so much better.
I'm ready for it.
Does yours have USB-C?
This does not,
Oh,
but
okay.
my Switch does.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
but
that's a
like,
good point.
dude. You don't have to have it the right way. It can flip whatever way you want. Like,
Yeah, that's awesome.
it's fucking great, bro. I love USB-C.
As far as performance goes, Essential and the Pixel 2, literally the same processor, Same
thing
graphics.
about the USB-C too is
Oh,
like
yeah.
your micro USB or whatever we have now.
Yeah. Those
They
motherfuckers
break so
Yeah.
easy, bro.
I
The
know.
USB-C you won't have the problem with.
Yeah, you're right.
It's way better.
I'm constantly buying. I'll go on AliExpress and buy like 10 packs of USB cables just to have extra around the house.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it'll be nice. Number one, I can literally plug it in any way, back or forward, does not matter.
Yeah.
That alone is like good enough selling point for me. But it goes in so easy. I don't feel like it's gonna like snap one way or the other.
Yep.
Yeah, at least so far. But
no, I love it.
so the Essential phone is very, very comparable to fucking Google
Pixel
Pixel
density is
2.
better.
The pixel density is better than the Pixel 2. Screen to body ratio is better. Internal memory, all that shit, man. I mean, it's a nice phone. I highly recommend it. Essential. Check
The
it
specs make it look good, man. I don't know what was the processor on that.
out. Snapdragon, whatever the fuck.
I asked this question because I was hoping that you could answer it better than I would really understand. I don't. They're the same?
Qualcomm Snapdragon 835 MSM 899.
Yeah, they're both the same.
Yeah, they're both the same.
The reason I asked, I don't really know what any of the fucking processors are. I just know some are better than others, and I wanted to know how comparable it was to the other one. I don't know, like, it's a Snapdragon. Right. I don't fucking know what that means. Is it comparable to the other one?
It's the same.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you could pay. I mean, a Google Pixel 2 isn't that expensive. I think it's might be $700, but Essential phone retails for $500, which I'm sure you could probably get it cheaper. You know, I like it a lot. I plan on sticking with it and riding it out at least for the next couple years.
You like it though?
Yeah.
Okay, so like this one, I'm on a payment plan, and after the first year, you could trade it in and get a new one, or you can pay it off for another year and keep it.
Yes.
And so November, mine was up for a trade-in, but the screen was all broken, so I had to get the screen repaired. So I called to see what it was going to cost to repair both screens, so I could trade it in.
Well, they
$300
Get fucked
for both.
Get
$300.
Fucked. You can buy a new phone for that much. I mean, get the fuck out of here.
$300? That's what I'm paying
ridiculous.
for the next year to pay it off to begin with.
They can go fuck themselves.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm gonna ride this one out.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm not paying $300 just to pay more money for a new phone. Like, no.
Yeah, that's horse shit.
I'll wait another year.
I'm with you, bro. I don't blame you at all. Let me see. I thought I got a text message from my friend.
But if I could get one of those for an extra $5, I'd just continue paying this off, pay the extra $5, I have a new phone. Except for I probably can't do that with mine's AT&T, and yeah, I just probably can't do it.
Yeah, I got to.
But if I could, I would. Just like fuck it, yeah.
I'm on Sprint, and the way they do it, you don't sign a contract or whatever, but it is essentially you lease your phone, you pay X amount per month to lease your phone, then after it's up, you got to give it back or pay it off. So same deal, but with my S6, I just gave it back. I could have paid $169, but for a 2-year-old phone, first of all, that nothing was wrong with it. Don't get me wrong, but when I could just give you the fucking phone and pay even less money and get a nicer phone, it's kind of a no-brainer if you ask me.
Well, see, for me, like my whole thing was, even though it's all broken and everything, I figure I'll just pay it off, get a new phone, and I'll save this one for like I watch from Showbox on my TV, I stream on my TV, so then I don't have to use my phone to do it. I can just use this, what I'm saying, on the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it's a good little miniature tablet.
Yeah, just something to have for other functions, so I don't always have to use my phone.
Perfect.
That's just what I'll do with it.
We got little piece of shit Android phones we give the kids and stuff, so they can do whatever they want to do. But we don't pay for plans for them. But they're good to just have around the house for that reason.
You Wi-Fi,
a YouTube video or something. We probably have 6 little bullshit Android phones floating around here. I was just looking at my text when my buddy JC, shout out, he texted. He said he was listening this morning. He said that his favorite game was Excite Bike.
Jesus Christ?
Yes, Jesus Christ himself.
My man JC.
JC likes Excite Bike, man. What can you say? That is a good game.
I've never played Excite Bike.
It's cool. It's for the NES.
Yeah, I've never played it though.
Probably before your time, youngster.
I had an NES.
I'm just kidding. Do you have an NES Classic? That's definitely on there.
I don't. Do not.
You're fucking up.
Dude, I wouldn't even have a Super NES Classic. I didn't go out looking for it. I didn't even want to make the effort to go get them because I knew how hard they were going to be to get, and I just didn't I'll just play the fucking ROMs, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not a big deal. I just happened to be there when they walked in with that shipment of the Super NES Classic, and so I was like,
fuck it, for retail
all
price.
Right, okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I'm with you. I've seen them at stores a couple times and almost pulled the trigger. But
I had it
$80
in my
bucks
hands.
is still a lot to just drop.
I had them pull it out of the case and I had it in
whim.
my hands, and I was like, well, I was Christmas shopping anyway.
Okay.
That's what I was doing. So I was like, I can get this for the kids, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whatever. But I had it in my hand, should I buy this? It's $80, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. And I was like,
fuck it.
fuck it. If I don't want it, I'll just resell it. Like,
There you go. You can probably get your money back and some.
yeah, like it's not like I'm gonna take a loss on buying this right now. So it was like, even if I don't want this, I'm buying it anyway.
I'd like to have one
kept it.
just for collector's reasons. I'd like to have one. You
It's
know?
cool.
Like, I mean,
it.
my Raspberry Retro Pi there does the job plus some, but I would still like to have the NES Classic. You know,
I told
or
you.
SNES Classic.
Did I tell you
either or.
already? Like the one retro console I really want.
What?
Really want it too.
What?
You have it over there.
Oh, you talking about the original Xbox?
No, I want the GameCube.
Oh, the GameCube.
I love the game. Everybody hated the GameCube so much. I love the GameCube. I thought it was like charming. It's like cute. It looks nice on your shelf. Like it had some really great games, even though it wasn't popular.
I never played it when I never played it. Like I never gave it its due diligence when it was out and popular. I didn't have one. Didn't care about having one. Not one game like made me want it.
Oh my god, it was so good, bro. It had fucking Luigi's Mansion. It was so good. It had fucking Resident Evil 0 and Resident Evil 4.
There was the one game where like you're going insane or something, and I know you probably played it, but like you got to. It's like not a fighting game. It's like a horror game. God damn it! But the controller would literally like shake and do weird shit. Like buttons will fuck up to make you think you're going crazy while you're playing it and shit. Like
No, I don't know.
what the fuck was. I have to look it up now. God damn it! My friends all played it.
I did though. I really loved the GameCube. Okay, so here let's
Oh no, it wasn't Eternal Darkness.
deviate for a second.
No,
Let's
it may
talk
have
about-
been. It may have been Eternal
I never
Darkness.
played that.
Let me look. That might be it. Eternal Darkness. Sanity's Requiem is a psychological horror action video game developed by Silicon Knights. Yeah, that's definitely it. Eternal Darkness. Like, let's see. While the game features similar gameplay mechanics to that of the Resident Evil series, it distinguishes itself with unique features such as sanity effects. In the game, players take on the role of several characters, including a young female student, blah, blah, blah. Struggled against a powerful entity and their servant who seek to enslave humanity. It was not a commercial success, yada, yada. Anyways. But, yeah, look that shit up. Eternal Darkness. It's supposed to be fucking awesome.
Sounds like something I can go back to and enjoy.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yes.
this is a debate I like to have.
All right, let's hear it. Here we go.
What's the greatest console ever?
Super Nintendo?
I think there's an argument to be made.
I'll put a toss up. Even though this
I have a toss up between two.
this isn't my favorite, but my favorite's probably Super Nintendo. But as far as the greatest console ever was probably the PS2, because
There's an argument.
it
to be
has
made.
a ridiculous library that is like uncomparable as far as like how many good games there are. Not to mention the thousands of shitty ones, obviously. But
I don't know.
It set a lot of standards. It had a lot of classics, and I think as far just for the library alone, it's probably worth being up there.
Now,
What?
I got two consoles that I think you can make a good argument for both.
Okay.
Now, mind you, that I think this is not a disparaging remark about any other consoles. There's lots of consoles I love, and you know these are not the only two good too. But I think these are pretty handedly the two best consoles ever.
Okay, let's hear it.
I think the Nintendo 64 is one of them.
I love it. Just didn't have the library.
Nintendo 64 had issues, but I think if we're like overall, that is one of the best consoles ever.
It set a lot of standards for sure.
The other one I think is the Xbox 360.
Okay.
When you were talking about the library of games and everything, I was just thinking like Xbox 360 had a shitload of great games.
That's true.
Like a shitload of them. Like you'll go to the store right now and get like fucking 150 of them, like really good ones.
And you can get it for cheap.
Yeah. But like those two consoles, to me, I think it's really hard to make a good argument that something else is better than the two of them. I think that both of the ones that you named, you can make an argument for. I think the PS2 you can make a good argument for, and I think the Super Nintendo you can make a good argument for.
I mean, during their time, I think it would be like unheard of to like not have a PS2 like, you know, while
Somebody
someone's
calling us?
to not have a PS2 like while the fucking thing was out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I don't know what tab it's on. Hold on, I'm trying to answer.
We're coming. Thank you for calling Iconoclash. Please press 0 if you'd like to talk to Keys and Ends.
Thank you. All right, you're
Hi,
on.
this is Keys and Ends.
Hey, this is Bobby Cray, and I'm wondering, I hear a lot of talk about consoles, but I'm not hearing anything about PC gaming, so what's going on?
Ooh, you're that's a good question. I mean, I don't like considering myself a PC gamer, although I do have a Steam account and I have over 900 games on Steam, but they're all like bullshit, humble indie games for the most part. I do have like, some classics obviously, but personally, man, I grew up with consoles, never really playing PC games at all, and I've been trying to get into it over the past couple of years. It's just I'm a console guy at heart. That's my answer.
My answer is that while I have a Steam account and I have a bunch of games, and I did grow up playing PC games as well, I prefer console gaming because I don't want to say it's better, because obviously PC has its better options as well, but I prefer to sit on my couch. I prefer a controller. I prefer the comfort level that a console provides. I also prefer not to have to keep upgrading my PC. Like I just think I think PC gaming is almost a burden.
It's harder to get into, where with a console you just go buy the fucking console, buy a game, take it home and plug it in, it's ready to go. Where PC gaming, you gotta have the prerequisites of having
games don't run right.
Yeah, you gotta have a decent PC, a decent screen. Do you even got a controller you can use, or are you proficient with mouse and keyboard? You got to teach yourself WASD if you haven't already. You know what I mean? Like that kind of shit is. I think it's hard for people to kind of dive in unless you just. I'm guessing
it's
Bobby,
not even that it's necessarily hard; it's that it's overwhelming.
I'm guessing Bobby probably grew up more though playing PC gamer in his childhood. Would I be correct in saying so?
Actually, that is incorrect.
Okay.
I grew up as a console gamer. I started off with, my Nintendo, moved to the Super Nintendo, on from their PlayStation, Xbox, and stayed an Xbox guy most of the time after Xbox came out. But recently have switched to PC gaming and have found it to be a lot more superior. And I understand exactly what you're saying when it takes a little more of a commitment from your wallet, because you have to continuously update the machine, or every other year or two. But I think that the control that you get out of the mouse and keyboard, I think that the control you get over your graphics and over the way it runs and the frame rate, and I just have become a very big fan of PC gaming, and I feel that it's superior to what you get on the console. I also understand sitting on the couch relaxing, but me personally, when I'm gaming, it's not a relaxed experience. I'm in with my headphones on, with my face on the screen, ready to go.
You're definitely getting a better graphical experience regardless, unless you're playing like a 1X, but just from that aspect alone, it's probably worth it to most people,
I will say this. I will say that PC gaming to console gaming is very comparable to iPhone versus Android. In that, I think that Android is much like the PC, whereas iPhone would be like your console. It's a lot more simplified.
Yeah, I agree with that.
A lot more, and which is funny because I much prefer Android because I prefer all the freedoms and everything. Although I think the difference here between the two is even Android is far more accessible to your average person than. Like PC gaming's a big investment. It's like it's a lot of energy and time, and it can be frustrating.
I mean, take it from me. I'm a cable guy, and I go in people's houses. Like, a lot of people don't even fucking have laptops, let alone desktops in their house. People have iPads. You know what I mean? Anyone over our age essentially does not even have a desktop computer in the house unless they have like a teenager that's a gamer. I see it all the time. So. Just from that aspect, I agree. We all seem to be in agreement as far as that goes. But I'm with you though as far as PC gaming being the way to go. If you can, jump over those hurdles, you really will have a better all around enjoying experience. Playing your expensive games with your nice pricey PC.
I also think there's the chance that PC gaming could be tailing off.
I mean, Xbox is essentially a little computer. You know what I mean? It's getting there. It really is.
I think part of the reason that I say that, I mean, there's a few reasons. One, like the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro, is what I spoke about earlier, are getting really close.
Yeah.
The other thing, too, is I think, like when I was growing up, everybody had a computer in their house.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was standard. Like you had, like families had computers. So like every kid it was accessible for everybody. Whereas now we're at a point where people are straying away from computers. Yeah. People use their phones for
definitely.
Like it's crazy to think that my girlfriend never has a computer. She never uses
other than gaming and creating music.
Yeah, like if you don't grow up with parents that are gamers, you might not have a computer in your house at all.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's not quite the same as like when I was growing up. Yeah, but I don't know. It's just me.
I mean, I'd like to get more into PC gaming. I would. Let's put it this way: if the game's coming out for both, I'm buying it on my Xbox. Just mainly because most of the time when I'm gaming, it's with my friends, and that's more accessible for not only me to get into, but my friends as well. But I will say I have a Steam Link. If you like sitting on the couch.
I actually thought about getting one, bro.
They're really cool. If you like sitting on the couch and playing
They're
your
cheap
games,
now too.
Yep.
They're not expensive at all.
You
I
get
thought about getting one.
You can get a Steam Link for under $50. The controller's under $50. You could probably spend $80 legit. Have a Steam Link, have the controller, and be able to play literally any game from Steam on the couch. The only catch is,
But at the same time, playing a game like PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, a controller doesn't have the same effect as that keyboard.
That's
mouse.
true. That's true.
I'll stand to that. You know, it's too confused. There's too many options that you have to be able to crush into a controller.
Well, now me playing with the VR, it's so similar to like a mouse with like shooters. You just look.
Oh yeah.
You're there. Like it
That's
looks
true.
like a mouse, but it's almost probably even more
absolutely.
precise because you're just looking.
Yeah, that's the reason I couldn't. I tried playing Destiny on the PC. I was like, maybe I'll try it on the PC. You know, it was a game I already was familiar with. Let's give it a shot. I really like I can play mouse and keyboard, but I have not put in the hours to really have the precision necessary to even be close to competitive.
Well, I will say
to
this.
make it fun. You know,
I will say this: there are certain games that are like basically PC games.
Counter-Strike.
Like I love Counter-Strike. I love Counter-Strike. I grew up with Counter-Strike. It's one of my favorite games. I love it. I wish it was more present on consoles because I really love it, and I would play it more if it was on consoles. But I still do occasionally go back for Counter-Strike on PC. I love Counter-Strike.
that's like the gold standard for if you're a PC gamer. Like that's mainly what motherfuckers are playing.
Dude, it's such a great fucking
Counter-Strike,
game.
you know?
Like I can still go back and play it now, and it's like years and years and years later, and it's just still fucking great. But I will
it's a
say,
good game.
my favorite game to play on PC that I've logged far and away the most time on my Steam account is Payday 2.
Okay.
Now, I love fucking Payday 2. And I've played a lot of Payday 2 on... I originally had it on a 360. I
You
got
have
it
it
on
on PS now, don't you?
I have it on PlayStation 4. I have it on PC. The only reason I got it on PlayStation 4 was so that I could play with my buddies to play on PlayStation 4.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay, so Payday 2. But
Payday 2 on the computer, like I have all these mods. It's just like the most fun fucking thing ever.
what are you doing on the PC, Bobby? What games are you playing?
Wait, hold on. Before we go any further, Payday 2 is coming out for the Switch. I'm buying it for that shit too. That shit is gonna be awesome. I'm gonna be robbing banks in the doctor's
if you
office
get it,
and
I'll play
shit.
it with you.
It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait. And it's coming out on VR, and I'm buying it for that too. I'm buying it for everything,
That'll
bro.
be sweet.
Just Payday all the time.
All right. What are you playing on? PC mainly? Like, what's your shit?
Right now, I'm stuck on PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
Okay,
if
that's what
you haven't
everybody's
played
playing.
it. I would say that it is absolutely the best game out that's right now.
I know I had like 3 million concurrent players the other day, which is like unbelievable.
I've thought about getting it for the Xbox One a few times,
Oh,
except
yeah.
for I
mean,
haven't
it literally
because
just full released about a month ago, less than a month ago, and before the full release in the beta version, it had over 2 million players.
That's crazy.
The game has just evolved the way that I understand gaming, and it's not, run and gun and respawn, run and gun and respawn. It's tactical. If you die, you die. You're done.
Let me
if
ask
you have a
you-
team, you have to watch them play for the rest of the time.
Let me ask you this: if I were to hop in, if I were to buy it and hop in now, like, would I even have fun, or would I just get shit on to the point where like I would not even want to play? Though that's what I'm scared of.
If you are comfortable with PC controls, you'd have a good time with it.
Okay.
That's what happened to me with Dead by Daylight.
If you are a CS:GO player, the shooting and the combat is very similar to CS:GO, other than you can go third-person view or first-person view.
well, they said that game started as a mod. Was it a mod for Counter-Strike?
What was it?
Probably. Wasn't.
They said that PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds started as a mod. Was it a mod for Counter-Strike?
No, it was, I believe, a mod for Fortnite. If I remember correctly.
No, Fortnite
It's very
came out and
similar to
copied them.
Fortnite.
Yeah, I thought
Fortnite got into trouble because they copied him.
Yeah, I don't know.
The dude the PlayerUnknown, he like fucking was pissed off at Fortnite.
Okay, then I'll tell you, I know that it was a mod. I don't know what the game was, but PlayerUnknown was one of the best players in that game, which is why he kind of spanned off and made his own. He took the idea for this game and increased it. But, I'll tell you that it is absolutely the most thrilling game. Everybody that I know that plays it or that plays it their first, few times, they're sweating, they're shaking, their heart's
Okay,
racing.
Bobby,
It's
so
unlike any game I've ever played in my life. It's
Bobby,
amazing.
I know that you have an Xbox One. So my question
Yes.
now is, have you played it on the Xbox One?
Yes, and it's trash.
Oh.
It's not. It's not.
It's a good game, But when you get comfortable with being able to have everything on individual keys, having to mash combinations of keys on an Xbox controller to get the same effect that you would get with being able to have a keyboard and mouse, it's just not a good translation from a PC game to an Xbox game as far as the controller layout.
Because I've been teetering on getting it for the Xbox One, but that's basically what I've heard is it's not as good as the PC.
I'll tell you this: I'll get it. I'll get it on PC if I can find it on sale for one, or I'll get it on Xbox if all my friends buy it.
Okay, maybe this is something we need to set up right now. Me, you, I know Bobby Cray already has it. Maybe we all have PUBG night. We're all going to get it and make this a thing.
I'll
we'll
look into
record it, and if there's any good runs, we can show clips on the Iconoclast. I mean, let's do it.
Maybe. Yeah, man, we do Iconoclast. Maybe we'll talk about that. Well, I kind of wanted to potentially do like Iconoclast streaming, like game streaming, or even like
gaming with
like you're playing this game and I'm playing this game, and maybe I'll get a higher score.
Well, I have a gaming laptop, so maybe I can get it on mine. Come over here and we can sit down and play it
on the show.
Like, could you play it on this?
Yeah, definitely.
So maybe we could.
This computer
we
is
don't even have to
gaming...
do it on the show. Maybe we could do a separate thing where we play PUBG.
This is the computer I built for gaming for this computer.
Is
because
your internet
I'm trying
going to be able to support
good.
both of us playing?
Oh fuck yeah!
Oh yeah, you're a cable guy.
PC, but it is mobile. So if this is something that's going down, then it's going down.
We might have to do this, bro. This might be a thing.
We'll work that out, man. Thanks for the call. I'm going to let you go, but thanks for the call, and I appreciate your input. Thanks,
have a good one, Bobby Cray.
That was a good call.
Yeah. All right, so I think we have to take a break so I can take a piss. But
well,
we got live.
Let's start wrapping it up, man. We are honestly pretty close. So
how far are we? How long are we at right now?
We are at, if I can pull up the Facebook here, we're already at 142.
Oh, yeah. That did not feel like that.
I know, man. Time flies. Time flies.
I thought we were at like an hour right now.
Well, it's all good, man. Let's start wrapping it up. What else? I mean, is there anything else you want to touch on? I got a piss too, so I'm down with cutting it. But
there's all that coffee, man.
I know. Anything else you want to touch on quickly before we wrap it up? Or
I think in the future on Iconoclash, we need to have catheters.
I can just put a Gatorade bucket down here, and we can just, or a Gatorade bottle, and we can just piss in that.
We can like hold each other's dicks. You hold mine, I'll hold yours.
Yeah,
and we'll just do this.
That'd be okay.
Hey. All right,
we'll have something like that. All right, so I don't personally, I don't have anything else I wanted to go on. Just look forward to more stuff from us. I mean, this is so far this week we went live for the first time. We got our second camera angle.
Yeah.
We introduced a phone number. I still haven't opened up Twitter and Instagram, but I'd like to do that and post random cool shit throughout the week. We want to make this a fun thing that
maybe that's something that we could do. Maybe we could have like you post some like topics throughout the week, and then on the Monday we'll talk about the topics that you posted, and the fans can kind of have
let's clash.
Like our listeners can have opinions on those already kind of preformed, and we can. Yeah, it'll make it easy to open that discussion open with the phone number for people to chime in with their thoughts. They've had time to think about it, and they can join us.
And keep this in mind. The phone number, by the way, for listeners who aren't watching, you can call us at any time, by the way. The phone number is 781-666-ICON. All right, so if you want to call and leave us a number, you can leave us text messages. The next episode, we will listen. We will respond. We will check it out and see if we have anything. I mean, leave us comments, suggestions, anything. Literally, let's get some feedback.
I just want you guys to know that when we were selecting our phone number, we almost picked something nutsack. Call us on the ball line.
This close to get.
we debated
740 nutsack, man. It was available, but we went elsewhere. But
yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for listening. Tune in. Keezy, you can catch this at icon.keezy.com, iconoclash.keezy.com, whatever you want to do.
We need to make it a priority to get a real.
We will make a domain for sure. Yes. I really don't have anything else to say. Just thank you for watching, listening. Hope this is episode 3. Hopefully we can keep this shit going and get some more.
This is episode 3. That was my New Year's resolution. We made it.
High five.
Hey. Now I can be a piece of shit the rest of the year. I accomplished my goal.
All right.
That didn't take long.
All right, man. Well, thanks for listening. Catch you later. Anything else you want to plug real quick?
Go buy my album on iTunes. Beautiful. The Next Kennedy Sessions. iTunes, Spotify, fucking Tidal, and Google Play. Did I say that? And
itsendsbaby.com.
Itsendsbaby.com. Buy all my music. Give me your money.
Keezy.com. Catch you later. Thanks.